6 minutes. You at work, buddy? York. Damn. At least you can listen to the reveal. They'll always be the VODs, buddy. Always be the VODs. I know how that goes. I loved my nighttime custodian job because, like, I could do all my work in like 4 hours and be done, but I had to stay for the full 8 hours if the bosses were there, which was almost never. Ka-chow! Just gotta clean up. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Mike good? Mike good? Yeah, Mike's good. Jerking the lurking turkey. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this because She was clean for about 2 seconds. Then I jerked and I hit on her muffins. Oh, sorry. My bad. Don't mind me. Okay. We want some volume? All right, let's go. It should be loud. I wanted it to be loud, so I don't know how loud their voices are gonna be, but we'll figure it out from here. All right, let's go.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2, and welcome to GGG Live. Today we're going to show you an exclusive reveal for what's coming next for Path of Exile 2. Twitch drops are enabled on today's livestream, so you'll be able to claim your Verdant Wilds dodge roll effect by following the instructions below. Now today, it's finally time to show off a new class that we know everyone in the community's been waiting for. So let's roll the trailer for Path of Exile 2, The Last of the Druids.
What the?
Well, well. What have we got here then?
You lost, fella?
Hey, we're talking to you.
I asked you a question.
What's wrong with him?
Ah, he's lost his bloody mind.
Cold? Frost Wolf? Was that a fucking dragon? A draconic? Oh my god! I fucking called it. Day one, when the first Druid trailer ever dropped, before we could even play, I believe, I said, we're gonna get a fucking dragon form.
Now, as you can see, the Druid is a shape-shifting elemental spellcaster. After his fellow Druids were destroyed by the King in the Mists, the Druid lost his humanity in the forests of Ogham, where he wandered for years as a beast. Now, finally reawakened, he's determined to find his lost wife and regain his humanity. The Druid has been one of the hardest classes for us to design. As well as having human spells, he has 3 animal forms, and we wanted to make sure that there were interesting combos between all of them. The Druid is our first hybrid strength and intelligence class. That means he needs to have the ability to use spells and attacks. As a human, the Druid typically uses magical staves to harness the powers of the earth and the natural world. One of the first skills you will learn is the ability to create small volcanoes from the earth. This skill spits out balls of magma at your enemies, and will continue to do so for some time. While the volcano is active, turn into an animal and wade into melee range. Many of the skills you use as a human last for a significant period of time, giving you a good chance to turn into an animal and rage out. But how do you turn into an animal, you may ask? Well, the answer is a new weapon type that Druids use, animal talismans. When you equip an animal talisman, you can choose which animal form you would like the talisman to represent. Depending on what you choose, you'll be given that animal's basic attack as a new skill to equip. For a bear, that's Maul. To turn into a bear, simply use the skill. Your character will instantly transform into a bear and attack. If you want to change back to a human, just cast a spell. You will instantly swap back and cast it. We wanted to make sure that swapping between forms was seamless and immediate. Changing forms should be something that you do without even thinking about it all the time in battle. In order to allow for hybrid melee and caster gameplay, most of the skills you use in your human form last for some time and aid your animal skills in some way. The volcano we used earlier will emit more molten balls whenever you hit it with a slam, making it perfect for use with your bear form's furious slam. While in bear form, many of your abilities use rage. There are a lot of ways to generate rage, but the easiest one is simply smash your enemies with maul. Once you see the runes on your back glowing, it means you have enough rage to do a much more devastating version of your furious slam. Your bear form can also go on a rampage, stomping the ground as you demolish your foes. The more rage you have, the longer the rampage lasts, and doing it over a volcano makes it even better.
Kind of some stuff we've already seen.
As you consume rage, your bear form will generate endurance charges, and these can be used with skills like Ferocious Roar. Ferocious Roar is a war cry that empowers your subsequent attacks to break your opponent's armor. The more endurance charges you have when you use it, the more empowered attacks you will gain. But Ferocious Roar has another special feature too. It's a meta gem that allows you to socket any Warcry gem from another class into it, giving you the ability to use these skills as a bear. Use the Warrior's Infernal Cry skill to make your enemies explode.
Okay, okay.
Or use Seismic Cry to stun your enemies and double up the number of slams you do. You can even use it with Ancestral Call, a skill that turns you into the fire god Kaun. Ever wondered what the Karui god of war would look like if he was a bear? Well, wait no longer. Finally, build up enough rage and you can use one of the bear's ultimate abilities, Walking Calamity. This skill summons a storm of fire around you for some time, while generating even more rage to power your other abilities. A true bear-pocalypse. Now the bear is known for being a slower and more lumbering animal, with slower attacks and heavy slams. But what if you want to turn into something a little more nimble? Well, let's check out the second animal form for the druid, wolf form. For the wolf form, we wanted to go fast and furious. Even just the wolf's basic attack will leap forward and break his foes.
Baby, let's go.
After attacking, the wolf stands up on two
Hell
legs,
yeah, Worth.
but after running for a short time, he goes back on all fours, allowing to move more quickly between packs of enemies. The wolf has a lot of cold attacks based on his association with the moon, and the first of these is Lunar Assault. It's great for freezing your enemies in place. After they're frozen, use your basic rake attack to knock shards of ice off your enemies, which land on the ground nearby and explode. If you want to get into battle quickly, you can use your pounce attack. This skill leaps at a target and applies a mark to them. Killing the marked enemy will summon a wolfman into your side, allowing them to fight with you. Mark and kill as many enemies as you can to build up a sizable pack. While an enemy is marked, your wolves will prioritize that target and do more damage the more wolves you have. So make sure you keep your pack strong.
Wolf pack!
Now, one problem you might run into is your wolf pack dying in boss fights.
Dude,
You
sick.
often don't have any enemies that you can mark and kill in order to regenerate your pack. To deal with this problem, you can use Cross Slash. Cross Slash jumps backwards and does a vicious double slash.
I strike wolf.
Any marks on your target explode
wolf
and
pack.
triggers their abilities. This allows you to pounce to mark an enemy and then summon a wolf even without killing it. Cross Slash also has another feature though. Remember those ice fragments from before? Well, Cross Slash will propel any ice shards on the ground towards its central target. First, freeze your enemies with Lunar Assault. Then rake them to create as many ice fragments as you can. Then follow up with Cross Slash to generate a field of icy explosions to obliterate your enemies. If they're still alive after that, your pack of wolves can finish them off.
Woo-wee! Zoo-wee!
Just like with the bear's raw skill earlier that allows you to use skills from other classes, Pounce is also a meta gem that you can socket mark skills from other classes into. So for example, you might want to try adding Freezing Mark from the Monk to Pounce. After pouncing at an enemy, Cross Slash to explode the mark and gain extra cold damage for a time. The wolf has many other ways to go all in on cold though. Using the Arctic Howl Warcry will allow you to add cold damage and chilled ground to any slam, while buffing your pack of
GGG's
wolves as well.
cooking, baby.
You can also use it to freeze enemies that are close to being frozen, making it much faster to use your other combos. Finally, the wolf also has the ability to call down the power of the moon to transform into an Arctic werewolf with Lunar Blessing. In this form, you move and attack more quickly and deal extra cold damage. Consuming Rage will extend the duration of your Arctic wolf form, so you could try a hybrid bear and wolf build if you want to utilize the skill to its full effect. Alright, let's talk about the third form available to the Druid, and I think it's a cool one. The Wyvern. The Wyvern has a number of long-range breath abilities, but that doesn't mean you can't get into melee range when you want to. The basic attack of the Wyvern is Rend. Jump forward into combat and slash your enemies with your lethal talons. If they're close to being stunned, you can blow them off balance with a blast from your wings, causing an explosion of damage. After the battle though, it's time to feed. Devour the corpses of monsters to create power charges, and this is when the Wyvern's abilities really come online. When using Rend, you can consume a power charge to charge up your wings with lightning. Not only does this do a bunch of damage, but it allows you to turn this melee skill into a much larger AoE attack. Once your wings are charged, your Wing Blast will also do lightning explosions for even more damage. If your enemies are close to death,
alright, so
you don't need to wait for them
Elementalists.
to actually die.
Wyvern's
You see this
lightning
blue
based,
marker? Just
werewolves
devour them
cold
alive.
based,
Fresh meat
bears
is
fire
much
based.
tastier
That makes
after all.
sense.
Alright, so those are some melee options.
Exactly,
But how about
worth-
range? Well, you wouldn't be much of a dragon if you couldn't breathe fire after all.
Oh,
Rolling Magma is the first of the Wyvern's breath attacks.
let's
Spit
go!
balls of fire that
Hey,
bounce along
rolling
the ground.
magma.
These balls will trigger volcanoes as well, so it's a good idea to cast one as a human right before you start spitting. But that's not all you can spit. You have something a little nastier in that gullet of yours. Spitting a barrage of oil at your enemies will cover them in a viscous sludge that makes them easier to ignite. If you have power charges though, plant your wings in the ground and vomit a barrage of lightning-infused projectiles. The more power charges you have, the longer you can do this for. But make sure you keep your foes at range. You're vulnerable to melee attacks while channeling this skill. In order to
Of
help with
course.
that, let's take a quick diversion back to some of your human abilities. As a Druid of Scoth, you have the ability to harness the power of nature to create entangling vines to slow down your enemies. Another of nature's punishments is the thunderstorm. Creating one of these will create periodic strikes of lightning from the sky and will also make your enemies wet. Why is that useful?
Wet.
Well, of course, things that are wet are easier to shock.
Oh my
Use it with lightning damage
gosh!
from your Wyvern form to enhance your damage. Making things wet also makes them easier to freeze, so it works nicely with your wolf form as well. And you know what else likes water? Plants. Water your plants to give them various extra abilities. Use Lightning Storm with Entangle to make them last longer, and attach more vines to each enemy, slowing them further. Summon Thrashing Vines to slam at your enemies for a time.
Fuck,
Any that
dude.
are created in water will be larger and deal more damage.
They took their combo system
Now then,
and
with
said,
our enemies sufficiently
let's
subdued
give
with
you
our plants, time to really lay into them with our lightning-infused barrage.
combos in combos tied into other combos that combo with other
Now,
combos.
This last Wyvern ability is just
Let's
ridiculous,
go!
but we felt like we had to do it. Use Flame Breath to take to the skies and rain down a stream of fire on your enemies. You have wings, so we have to take full advantage of them after all. So fly around and burn in it.
Oh, is it actually burning the fucking plants?
Now there are a few other skills we didn't cover.
The
There's one in
environment?
particular that I think will open up a lot of builds. Spell Totems. Spell Totems are meta gems that let you create a totem that will automatically cast any spell in the game for a time. In order to create one, you will need to spend 3 endurance or 3 power charges. You could use them to throw fireballs, summon comets, or shower the area in lightning. Really, the options are kind of endless. Your bear form can easily generate endurance charges by consuming rage, and your wyvern form can easily create power charges by eating corpses. So it's pretty easy for the druid to get the charges needed, but they're also available from quite a few other places as well. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of different spellcaster
Take my
classes
money.
thinking about how best to take
Take all
advantage
my
of these.
money.
Now, of course, along with a new class comes a bunch of new support gems. We've added over 30 new supports throughout the game,
30.
but I'll show you a few of the cooler ones here. Fan the Flames can be added to any wind skill to spread fire from one ignited enemy to the other enemies behind them.
Nice.
It's great for the Wyvern's Wing Blast. But you can also use it on many other classes with wind skills, like the Twisters on the Huntress, or the Monk's Staggering Palm Projectiles.
Hell yeah.
Accelerated growth causes extra explosive plants to erupt from the ground whenever you grow plants with rain. And Advancing Storm changes storm skills like your Thunderstorm or Tornado to move across the battlefield. It's great for watering plants en masse, or to turn tornadoes into a real disaster by sucking up multiple ground effects as they travel along. And the Sorceress might like to use it with Firestorm as well. Echoing Cry causes your Warcry skills to echo. They will repeat a couple more times with a delay after you use them, giving you more empowered attacks. Use it for the Druid's animal form Warcries, or on the Warrior for a nice power boost. Grounding Shocks causes monsters you shock to turn into living Tesla coils, arcing lightning to nearby enemies. You could use it with your empowered wings for an extra damage boost, but it's also great with any other shocking skill. Try it out with Lightning Spear. It obviously needed more AoE clear. There's a whole pile more, but we'll leave those for you to discover. Now with a new class comes new Ascendancy classes.
He's got
The Druid will have
jokes.
2 options for now, with a third being released later. The first class is the Shaman. The Shaman channels nature's elemental fury and can harness rage as a spellcaster, unifying his animalistic and magical tendencies. By allocating Druidic Champion, you gain spell damage the angrier you are, and with Furious Wellspring, you generate rage continuously and can spend it to empower your spells. With the knowledge of the Asmerian Magi, the Shaman can harness untapped power from runes and idols. After allocating Wisdom of the Magi, you will notice that all runes and idols have extra mods only available to the Shaman. These new mods unlock countless new possibilities for enhancing your build. You can also allocate Bringer of the Apocalypse, allowing you to become a walking natural disaster. After dealing enough elemental damage, storms of all elements rain around you, destroying all who would face nature's fury. There are other abilities for the Shaman, but I'll just show a few from each class for now.
Wow.
The other Druid Ascendancy is the Oracle. The Oracle perfected the power of foresight and utilizes this in combat to gain massive advantage. When taking Fateful Vision, you will see visions of your future self using specific skills. If you decide to follow this path by using the skill yourself, it will do significantly more damage. And with Converging Paths, at a critical moment in battle when a monster is vulnerable to freeze, stun, or electrocution, the Oracle can use Moment of Vulnerability to see a vision of the enemy's future, and then merge it with the current timeline, allowing him to deal damage to both.
What?
And one of my favorites, when you first become an Oracle, you'll notice
Doubling
about
your damage.
130 new extra passives appear in the Druid
130.
section of the tree. By allocating the Unseen Path, you use your power of foresight to learn from alternate futures and gain skills that would otherwise be unavailable to you. For example, self-sacrificing allows you to be able to summon more minions by reducing their spirit costs, with the trade-off of making your reservation skills cost more spirit. Or Corruption Endures, which allows oracles to have a small chance to avoid death. Both the Druid Ascendancies offer interesting and unique ways to gain modifiers that no other classes can get, so we're expecting a huge variety of build possibilities from these. Now there are unique talismans for the Druid to use as well. We won't spoil all of them, but this one was particularly cool. Fury of the King turns your bear form into a fire demon, converting most of your damage to fire. As a demon, you can also use Molten Crash, a jumping slam attack that leaves fishes around you. This unique also continuously grants glory, allowing you to use your ultimate abilities more easily. Now, of course, the Druid isn't the only thing we're adding to 040. We still have a bunch more to show. With every new release, we create a new league with new mechanics, new pinnacle bosses, and with a new story to tell. And this time is no exception. So let's roll the trailer for the Fate of the Vaal.
The palace of Queen Atziri. It is a ruin, but in the dark, machines still churn. The temple has many functions. And with it, a chance to save the Val. A gateway
Okay.
through time.
This has got to be encouraging.
Travel into the past
At City Temple.
and again. Alter the temple. Uncover its secrets. You will be rewarded for your sacrifice. And somewhere in the deepest chamber, my queen awaits. I beg of you, hear me. The beast cannot give you what you desire.
You may have studied it, Doriani, but you do not know it like I do.
just thinking that, Janus.
It adores me.
What the dude? We're not allowed to show
Come
this
now.
on Twitch.
Give
What the
unto
hell?
me your
I'm gonna get
desire.
banned.
At last, fulfill my soul.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. In the Fate of the Vaal League, you will find remnants of the ancient Vaal civilization scattered throughout Rayclast. They seem to attract nearby creatures and affect them strangely. After killing them, the remnant appears to gain some amount of power, but not enough to fully activate it. It seems you will need to find 5 more of these arcane devices, and sacrifice the monsters you find there to fully activate one. But things don't always go to plan. These devices are old, and sometimes infected by corruption. Twisted versions of ancient Vaal may emerge, and sometimes even stronger foes. On fully activating one of the devices, you finally discover its true purpose. A portal opens and takes you deep underground to a lost temple, once the home of Atziri, Queen of the Vaal. What treasures could still be inside? I think you're gonna want to find out. In front of the entrance is a console of some kind, and on activating it, you can see a map of the temple. Atziri's personal chambers are on the far side, but how could anyone get there? There are disconnected rooms, and the layout doesn't seem to make sense. And that's when you realize the purpose of the ancient devices scattered through Rayclast. The temple is powered by sacrifice, and this energy can be used to modify the very structure of the temple itself. Each time you run the temple, you will be given 6 rooms that you can place, allowing you to craft your own dungeon to explore. Place paths to link up the dungeon, and place rooms beside them full of precious loot. After you are happy with your choices, open the temple, and discover the results of your efforts. Each room contains different challenges along with its rewards. On entering a room, the doors will slam shut behind you, and you will need to face the encounter within. But choose wisely. It's important where you place the rooms to get maximum returns.
Of course.
For example, when placing a commander, you could just place it anywhere along an existing path, but a much better strategy is to place it next to a garrison of troops for him to command. With better leadership, the garrison will level up, making the monsters harder, but also more rewarding. Different rooms have different requirements for leveling up. For example, if you want to fully level up a smithy, you will need to supply it with golems from an adjacent golem works, and hook up a generator to the power network to supply it with power. After doing so, the golems will be powered up, making them much more dangerous. You don't need to memorize what interacts with what. When selecting a room, you will be shown the locations that will make other rooms level up,
Okay,
and
cool.
exactly what effect it will have on the temple. After running the temple, a few of the rooms will destabilize and be removed. It will be up to you to rebuild the temple, adding 6 more rooms each time you come back, making the temple larger and larger and larger. So, that's the basic functionality of the temple. But there is a lot more. Once Doriani finds out about your travels to Reveal, he will attempt to persuade you to take on a new mission.
Of course.
The temple entrance contains a prototype of the time portal device. It will be able to take you back in time, but only to one specific point, right before Itzeri triggered the cataclysm that destroyed the Vaal. He requests that you go back and attempt to stop Itzeri to prevent the Vaal from ever being destroyed.
Of course.
Itzeri is on the far side of the temple, so you will need to expand the temple significantly to get to her. And even worse, her chambers can only be unlocked by a room that isn't currently accessible to you. In order to deal with that, you are going to need to visit the architect of the temple.
Okay.
To get to him, you will need to place path rooms. But while doing so, you will probably want to exploit some of the Vaal technology only available in the past. Once you can travel into the past, a whole new set of rooms are available to you, and they have some pretty insane rewards. At level 1, the corruption chamber can be used to corrupt a single item. But placing it next to a thaumaturge to run the place, and a sacrificial chamber to provide soul energy, you'll be able to level it up. And it's worth it. Because once you get the room to level 3, there are some very nice rewards to be had.
Okay.
In a level 3 corruption chamber, you will find this mysterious device. It has a slot to place an item, and it only accepts items that are already corrupted. What will happen to them? Well, normally once an item is corrupted, you can't modify it any further. But this device allows you to corrupt your item a second time, adding another enchantment. This has the capability to craft some very powerful items indeed. But be warned, the Vaal are all about taking risks in the pursuit of power.
Rare.
There is a 50% chance that the item will be destroyed.
Destroyed.
Each room has its own interesting mechanics and rewards when it levels up. Many of them contain bosses to fight, special drops, and in many cases, new crafting opportunities. For example, a level 3 alchemy lab has a nasty Vaal construct to fight, but if you can defeat it, you can find new corrupted soul cores. Like Guatalitzi's Thesis, which on boots allows you to sacrifice your life to run faster. Or Sita Qualotl's Thesis, which on gloves will revive one of your minions whenever an offering expires. Get a sacrificial chamber to level 3, and you will need to face a highborn priest of sacrifice. Defeat him to be able to further corrupt the Vaal unique, modifying it in unpredictable ways. One of the mods of this unique will be removed and replaced with another random mod.
Foulborn.
For example, this Soul Mantle. It gives you an additional totem, but lowers your totem's life and curses you when they die. By using the machine, this could result in a terrible item if you remove the good mod, but also some amazing items if you replace the downside. Now, one extra thing to mention about these Vaal crafting machines. You don't have to take the items you want to craft into the temple. If you don't have the item you want to craft with you at the time, then clicking this button will allow you to create a currency item instead, allowing you to do the craft later or trade it if you want. Now there are all sorts of interesting rooms you can find in the temple, but the last one I want to show you today is the Flesh Surgeon. A Vaal Flesh Surgeon can be leveled up by placing him next to a high-level synth flesh lab. But be careful. The Flesh Surgeon has some rather unpleasant experiments in his personal lab.
Holy side boobage.
Afterwards, you might notice the surgery table just sitting there. The Vaal are great at crafting items. Why not do some crafting on yourself? After laying down, you'll be asked which limb you'd like to replace. left arm, perhaps your right leg. Each limb can get a different set of random bonuses, so choose wisely. After getting up from the table, try out your new limb. It seems to work fine, and even perform better than your normal one. Now, there is just one thing with replacing body parts. If you die and are resurrected, your body will return to its natural state. You might need to return to the Val Surgeons if you want another robot arm, and maybe get a better one next time.
Okay.
Some
Don't
rooms,
die.
like the Commander, can give you a new type of reward. Medallions that can be used to manipulate the temple in other ways. Using a Queeper-Lartal's medallion will allow you to artificially boost a room, even if it doesn't meet the normal requirements to level up. And a Huatalotli's medallion will stop rooms from destabilizing when you complete a temple, allowing you to guarantee getting a reward a second time.
Nice.
Great if you want to stock up on double corrupts. Now, with all that aside, time to face the Architect, and you will be
Some of the
in
shit
for a
people
fight.
say. Like all the L's in the chat because of the temporary.
Once defeated, you will
limb
find
mods.
another console that can be used to modify the temple. But this one is special.
It's like just get good
It
and don't
allows
die.
you to place new
Noobs.
types of rooms with specific rewards. There are rooms with specific uniques, special runes, and currency. But also a few other, more niche crafting experiments. Like this one, that can extract the socket balls back out of an item at
What?
the cost of destroying it.
So you can get your runes back.
Something really important is every league we
lose
release a
the item,
significant amount of content.
But good
the
for
in-game.
leveling.
In order to make sure that the Fate of the Veil works well for late game players, we've added many mechanics to make sure that you can scale the difficulty and rewards to match. Getting some rooms to level 3 adds extra mods to the entire dungeon, and these stack with each other. So in endgame, when you can get some really big temples, you can generate a challenge that can even match the strongest of characters. We also start to introduce ways to store up energy for the temple, allowing you to save up many runs so you can do them later at your leisure, and not interrupt your mapping too often. Now in each league, it's important that we have a new pinnacle boss to test your character's might. In the Fate of the Veil, you will get to face Adzeri while she was at the peak of her power.
Oh, at the peak.
One of the rewards you will gain by defeating the Architect is the ability to place the Royal Access Chamber. Once connected to your temple, you can visit it to finally reach the Queen of the Veil herself. This fight takes place at a critical moment in history, right as Adzeri communes with the beast's power and takes her true corrupted form. Now, we are not going to show you the whole fight, but we will tempt you with one of the rewards. This is Adzeri's rule. This staff gives additional levels to all of your corrupted gems and lets you trade life for extra damage. But in addition to that, while using the staff, mirrors of
of
refraction will
damage as
constantly appear on the
extra
battlefield.
fire damage.
Any projectile you fire at these will split into a nova, and they can chain from one to the other. So, that's the Fate of the Veil League. But we are also bringing the previous league, Rise of the Abyssal, into the core game, along with a few changes. Now, for those of you who haven't seen what happens when a league is over, it's important to understand that you will not be seeing abysses in every area anymore. Rise of the Abyssal is now one of the league mechanics that can show up randomly in endgame.
Okay.
If you want to specialize in running abysses, there is now a tablet that will allow you
The
to
Abyss
add them to
Precursor
any
tablet.
map you
Yeah,
run.
that was as to be expected.
You can also craft the tablet to add Abyss-specific mods to enhance how they function. Now that
Okay.
Abyss is core, it also needs its own Atlas tree.
Yep.
You can gain your first points by completing an Abyss. But there are more available for doing depths and killing certain bosses. And there are a bunch of different options.
Honestly, I have it open,
might
Janus,
just want
just
more
because I like to
monsters
see
and
how
bosses.
stupid.
But
They-
you can also
they
make
did.
finishing
They
an
did
Abyss
show the Druid
have a
already. That was the
chance to
first thing they
overrun
did.
a nearby map with the Abyssal.
Super
Or
sick.
make your Waystone modifiers also apply to Abyssal Depths. You could specialize in the interaction with other leagues, or specialize in a specific Abyssal faction. One of the important elements that we have heard loud and clear is that needing to do Abyss crafting on Waystones is quite annoying.
Yes, it was.
So, we have removed that. In
Oh,
fact,
no.
we have removed instilling from Waystones as well. This mechanic felt mandatory on maps because it boosted the value of all other content, but it was both annoying to do and resulted in a lot of visual clutter.
Major visual clutter.
Instead,
yes.
we are bringing back some of that power on tablets, which you don't need to craft nearly as often, since they last for 10 maps each.
Yep. Nice.
Once you defeat the
W.
Arbiter of Ash, you will be able to upgrade tablets to a rare with 4 mods using regular currency. Even this isn't enough to fully bring back the power you could have gotten from instilling, so we have also buffed the bonuses that tablets give. Going forward, we're not going to be adding any more crafting directly
Yes,
to
they did.
Waystones outside of
They
the
did
basic
go in-
currency
they did go in the fair-
because it adds
decent
too
depth.
much micromanagement.
I doubt they showed everything, but they
But
showed
on that note,
some good chunks.
Fate of the Veil does bring the ability to corrupt your tablets, hoping to get one of many different random outcomes. Now, with regard to Delirium Fog,
Werewolf,
even though you
bear,
shouldn't have to have it on every map
and
anymore,
wyvern
we
is the
still
3
did
druid
want to make it less
transformations.
visually annoying. Delirium Fog has been toned down significantly, so you won't feel like you're just playing in a sea of grey.
Nice. That's good.
Another big source of problems in the endgame is the feeling of getting overwhelmed with monsters. In 031, we reduced the number of monsters in early endgame in order to help with this, but still scaled up the number of monsters to previous levels by the time you got to tier 15. Well, after letting this simmer for a while, we are still getting this kind of feedback. So we are no longer going to scale up the number of monsters you go as you get deeper into the endgame. Instead, we are scaling up the difficulty and rewards by the same amount. So
Okay.
to be clear, instead of increasing the number of monsters by 40%, they will instead drop 40% more items, grant 40% more experience, and have 40% more life. In addition to all the normal scaling they get due to being
Okay,
higher level.
okay. That's good. That's a W.
This only applies to regular monsters, not bosses. We have also reduced the speed modifiers that monsters can get sometimes, which also helps a lot with this. Now, we did have a large amount of content for endgame planned for 040, but unfortunately we just didn't get time to finish it. The scope was a bit too large, and so we would need to wait until 050 for that. But rest assured, there will be a ton of upgrades for the existing leagues, as well as new pinnacle bosses, and a significant overhaul to the Atlas passive tree coming soon. Now, another problem that becomes a much bigger issue in the endgame is game performance. And we have done a lot of work here. The primary issue is CPU load. And to address that, a lot of things have been optimized. And we have done a lot of work to take advantage of more of your CPU cores.
Nice.
You should see frame rates of at least 25% higher,
Good.
and a lot less bad
Good.
frame spikes during gameplay. It does make quite a big difference, especially on consoles. A lot more work in this area is ongoing, and you will continue to see performance improvements over the next few months. Of course, another important area is game balance, and we have made a lot of changes. Now, most of these we will save for the patch notes, but I'll do a quick summary of some of the numbers. As well as adding 11 new unique items, we have rebalanced dozens of others that are not currently used very often. We've also done a pass over lineage supports. 21 of them have been rebalanced, as well as adding 9 more.
21, so
Alongside the
30.
2 new Druid Ascendancies, we have made balance changes to almost all the others, with some of them getting a grander rebalance, such as the Smith of Katava.
Smith of
Alongside the
Katava.
20 plus new Druid skills,
Yo, Fireball,
we've
thanks
also
for sharing the
rebalanced
live, buddy.
90
Appreciate you.
other active skills across all the different classes. And to top it all off, there are also over 250 new passive skills added to the passive tree. These changes should go a long way to increase the viability of many more skills, uniques, and overall build variety that can tackle our most challenging content. Next up, we're going to be talking about our new supporter packs.
Give us some money.
We're launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Precursor and Kalguran packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way.
I love the L's. All the L's in their chat are just the people that are broke.
The packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. First up, the Marble Statue Character Effect. Once you finally stay still for a moment, a podium rises up out of the ground to immortalize you, turning your skin to marble. When you next move, the stone crumbles around you. The Precursors had mastery over gravity manipulation. So too can you.
Broke boys, rise up.
Witness the power of its pull as you approach it.
I understand, but like, it's not an
Draw
L.
in enemies with your own gravitational pull with the Awakened Precursor armor set. The Precursors designed and built many mysterious ancient beings.
Hey,
This one
it's
used to serve
okay
as a
to be
scout
broke,
that would patrol
but like,
and tase intruders.
because they're
Why salvage gear
showcasing
yourself when the Master of the Forge can do it
their
for you?
form of monetization for the
Molten
game.
gold spills out as
That's
the
not an
Forge
L,
Master
man.
breaks down
People
your
are just
items.
such sauerkrauts.
The Relic of the Precursor's map device is a mysterious machine that sits atop ancient colossal statues.
That's a cool portal
It
device.
keeps track of the number of charges consumed on your Precursor tablets used in the device. The Kalguran pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. The Kalgurans had astounding skill in astronomy, being able to track cosmic events with absolute precision. Harnessing that skill, with the Astronomer's level up effect equipped, you too
I
can now
love
see
that level up
exactly how
effect.
long it took you to level up as it outputs the time in chat. The time taken to reach your last 3 levels is also displayed on the item, so you can link it when you have a time you're proud of. Crush unique
That's
enemies
cool.
by unleashing the wrath of the lost Kalguran fleet, led formerly by Captain Heartland himself. A Kalguran seafarer needs armor fit for the treacherous seas of Ray class.
Oh, that's cool.
This set has you covered with the classic tricorn and, of course, a peg leg. The Lost Treasure weapon skins top off your appearance of a true raider of the seas. These gilded weapons can be applied to wands, two-hand
That's a
maces,
cool hammer.
and shields.
That's a
After a
sick
long day of
shield.
plundering loot,
Ooh.
retreat to the Kraken's Cove hideout. A home of some of the
Ooh.
most deadly, ocean-dwelling creatures in
I might have to use some of my points.
Many ships have met their demise here. What better to accompany you in Kraken's Cove than a kraken itself? Replace your stash with a
Kraken.
dormant kraken, waiting for its prey. As you approach, it will awaken and terrify both you and any guests in your hideout. Alongside this, an extra stash skin item will be granted to you, and when placed, will automatically open to any stash tab set with the currency affinity, to help having to navigate through your tabs. Additionally, any microtransactions from the
Okay.
supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 1.
Thank you very much for all your ongoing support. We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D. Afterwards, at 11 AM NZ time, we'll post the patch notes. With release at the end
5
of next
PM
week,
patch notes.
our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for the release.
There
Keep
goes
an
my
eye on the
insulin
news.
money.
Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments. We're looking forward to playing alongside our fellow shapeshifting exiles, all while uncovering Lost Val secrets by doing some dungeon crafting. We'll begin the Q&A shortly, so please get your questions ready.
Okay, I think we're skipping the Q&A with Ziggy D. We are going to be diving straight into the podcast to discuss the reveal, our thoughts, and all that stuff with in Echoes in Exile with Barricade, Hberg, and Reaper.
Welcome back, Exiles, to the Q&A portion. I am your host, Ziggy D, and today we're going to be touching on the design of the Druid and the fate of the Val League while we gather some community questions. Then we'll deep dive into endgame, balance, and other game design topics. I am, of course, joined by game directors Jonathan Rogers and Mark Roberts. How you guys going today?
Oh, very good. I mean, you know, it's been a great one to work on this one. Like, I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's definitely great to see you again. And it feels like it's only been like no time at all since the last time you were here with the POE1 release.
It feels like only several weeks, and that's pretty accurate.
yeah.
We get to see you twice as often now, so that's fun.
Yeah, I'm around every 2 months or so now, roughly. It's great. I love it. Let's keep going. So I do have to open with this, though. Is like, Druid looked a little bit weak, I think, in the demonstration video today.
Yeah, I think one of the issues that we have is like we're so concentrating on like just demonstrating how the mechanics work that we sort of forget to be like, okay, let's actually make sure the damage numbers that we're doing on this like test character we're filming here are actually like in line with what people actually normally expect. So yeah, there's just a few things there that we probably should have caught and made a little stronger there. But yeah, when you actually play it, it's certainly from the alpha feedback incredibly powerful. Like
Yes.
you know, the like, you know, we were seeing some people say, oh, you know, the wolf looks weak or whatever. Well, I can assure you that on alpha there's a bunch of people saying the wolf is super OP. So you know, it just comes down to
All right, Lone King, thanks.
Things you go
Appreciate
through
you for tuning in as always.
Probably going to be worthwhile.
You can always check out their VOD to catch what you missed.
Less demonstrative.
So drive safe, brother. We'll see you later.
Honestly, you can just play it literally right now, and it's you know.
Yeah, I've definitely been playing and recording a bit myself because I was like, when I first watched it as well, the draft, I was.
Guys, are you okay with the idea of maybe doing like a questions and answer kind of period at the end if we do that?
100%. Oh yeah. That's what I was hoping for that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll
me
definitely
too,
be
me
doing
too.
a community Q&A. Absolutely.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Okay, cool.
SJH. We're
Yeah.
getting the druid.
All right, cool.
Three
Let me put
forms.
music back on. 1 sec.
Werewolf,
Yeah, of course.
bear, and wyvern. Werewolf's going to be moon-based, cold damage. Bear's going to be fire-based. Wyvern's going to be lightning-based, but with some other abilities as well, like some lightning, or lightning-based plus blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to rock and roll. If you guys are, I'll mute my music and we could just do it. It's gonna be a bit of an ASMR session on my side, but if you guys
Yeah,
are
let's
ready, I am
rock
too.
and roll, man. Let's kick some ass. Sure.
Let me get that YouTube up. Is everybody good to go?
Yeah, fucking
everybody
right,
okay?
man. Yep.
I'm
Oh yeah,
ready.
dude. Lock and loaded.
You ready?
Pumped.
Okay, let me close this sucker down. Don't need
Like-
that. Save some RAM.
1 minute.
Okay, DC time. Okay, all good, man.
Yeah,
All right, cool. All right, yeah, I don't want to talk about it yet because that's the good shit. That's what we're here to do, right?
We're going to use
That's what we're here to
restroom?
do.
Then we'll
And
start the
chat,
episode.
Wait,
I'm
what,
ready
you want
to
the
go.
meat and potatoes
Here's-
first?
No, I'm here to give you the meat and potatoes. Not yet.
Well, I brought the
Listen, I
fucking
got-
gravy, sir.
Yeah, I got notes. I got notes, Kate. Like I'm ready.
I hope so. You run a podcast. You should have notes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It
Good
is
man.
time to. I got things to debate with Hberg about on what he stated before in other videos about what's coming up and how he's gonna.
No, yeah,
end up
true. Oh
playing.
yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
I'm ready to take the stand, buddy.
I'm just here for a good time. I'm just here for a good time. Okay, it's a little bit off, huh? Okay, all good. All good.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Hbergs. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can fix you. That's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, cancel this, hit this, do this.
Oof. I mean, everything looks crisp and clear on my end for all four of us here. I'm just not using my other custom background. Figured why not? We're already live. People see this 5 days a week all over the globe.
Little line, yeah? Okay, who had better cheeks? Druids or Adziri? I think she wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she takes the cake,
Yeah.
man.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll tell you who had the best cheeks was Is It Cake? If you watch it on like Netflix, one of the gingerbread mans they made had like butt cheeks on it. It was kind of nuts. Looked like
Oh, is that
weird
right?
to see.
Is
Yeah.
it cake? Right, yeah. I guess
Is it
you have
cake?
to
Yeah, I
squeeze
can't
and
believe that's
find
a
out
show,
for
but, you know.
yourself.
Yeah. Insane.
did you see that shield at the end?
That shield was nice.
Yeah.
Yep. That was clean.
Those cosmetics, man. Hell yeah. You
Yeah.
saw that
Oh,
one?
absolutely.
Yeah, nice, right?
Yeah, of course. You know everybody's already ramping for that peg leg, right?
Hey, we gotta talk about this on the podcast, but like that hideout looks sick. Like I like what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, dude, the Molten Lord was woof. Unreal.
Something special, right? Yeah, it was good. Okay, I'm ready. You guys all good?
Facing the wall still? Okay.
Solid.
Okay, who's doing the liftoff? Who's doing the liftoff for this one?
How do I flip his?
Not you, not you. Almost Spooker, almost, but not ready. Yeah, almost. Yeah. Okay.
I can't
Enjoy.
move him.
Nope, not moving anybody.
Immovable
All good.
object.
Unstoppable force. WoW reference.
No, I'm trying to flip Reaper's camera orientation so he's facing Spooker and vice versa.
Do that
but I
shit
don't know
in
how to.
post, right? We just do it in post. Edit the video.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure. We'll do that. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
wanna-
Nico, good looking out, but it's not actually something that we can control from this end. Yeah, he says ginger cheeks. Davis is ramping about the ginger cheeks. Okay, so,
Of course he is. Yeah.
well, take it away. Welcome in, folks, to I believe is this our 8th episode as a group?
As a group, I think it's more. I think it's 10 as a group in total.
Because I thought you guys did episode 8, the solo one for the Path of Exile 1 league with the two of you.
All I can tell you, turn them up. Okay, is he quiet? Okay, give me a quick 1, 2, 3. Give me a quick 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, mic check. 1, 2. How we doing in the house, ladies
Good.
and gentlemen?
Reaper, go. And Spooker, you're
1, 2,
next.
3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
You're coming down. Got it. Yep. There we go. Spooker, go ahead.
Spooker HD here in the house, talking normal. You just clarify that volume for me real quick right now. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm good. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1,
Yeah,
2.
turn him up
Beach
here a little
walking.
bit.
Amazing. Good stuff. Yeah. 1, 2. Check. Good.
Well, welcome in, folks, to
Fantastic
another
group.
episode here of Echoes in Exile. You're here joined on your panel is myself, HRick LT, Barricade, Reaper, and Spooker HD. We were talking all things Path of Exile today, primarily focused on Path of Exile 2, with the exciting announcement there and the live stream update that we just got from the GGG team regarding the next league of PoE 2, the Last of the Druid, and the fate of the Val. We're going to be breaking down Q&As towards the end of the session, but of course we're just going to be talking about things, the exciting things that we're pulling away from that video. What the approach is going to be for maybe some of us in particular. What do we think is going to be hot? What do we think might be a little bit colder this season? What do we think about some of the rebalances? What do we think about some of the mechanics, the new currencies available, the new activities, all of the above? And of course, we definitely want to see, any theories or any input that you guys have here watching us here today live, because this is actually the first time the three of us or four of us as a group are actually doing this live on Twitch as well. So it's great to have you guys involved in this, raw and uncut. And thank you so much for being here, everybody watching. And I just want to kick it off with saying I'm practically speechless because I'm having an anomia where there's just so much. There's just so much to be excited to talk about. It's just like, where the hell do we start? So what I'm going to start with to take it nice and easy is that I've always been a fan of the Druid in general and ARPG content, even going all the way back in Diablo 2, like the Paladin, the Druid, Amazon. Those are my top three in order. So the Druid has been a long-awaited anticipation for me here in Path of Exile 2, ever since watching Kriparian's demo video way back before the early release when we got those teaser videos on YouTube, and of course they were just waiting to release the Druid and polish it up, and it is finally here. So I am super excited. I cannot wait. I'm going to be going full flex on the Druid. Most likely 95% of the upcoming league will be Druid, tackling all three shape-shifting forms, trying out both ascendancies, but I know for sure, and I think I'm not alone here, I don't know if Spooker's still on board after seeing that Wyvern action, but I know for sure I'm still locking my choice into starting as a bear and primarily focusing on a bear, but who knows, we might get into hybrid, might be getting into tribrid, but I know for sure that Wyvern is creeping into my house here real fast, man. Yeah, what do you guys think here?
I can tell you right now, the number one damage dealer is going to be the Wyvern.
You can just say that without patch notes, or what crystal ball do you have? Tell me how you can say these things.
Let me introduce you to myself, chat. I'm not well known by these guys as the AI guy, but I'm very, very in depth into AI, and so a lot of what I do with patch notes and game data is I'll put it together, and I'll have it strategize the best options, and then I'll look over that, and then
ChatGPT
taking that, and not ChatGPT. It's a lot more in depth than that, but yeah.
I love ChatGPT.
So how does that, if you have no patch notes and you have no data points, what the hell are you running AI on?
It takes the data that it is out. We just don't see it ourselves. It's in the back end data, but it's there.
Data mining.
Not like sort of, but it doesn't. I specifically have it take data that isn't not released yet, so I don't get that out there because
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I have no idea what you're saying, but I know that in 2 hours we get patch notes. That's what I know.
Yeah, that too, and that'll help a lot. But as far as I'm sitting right now with the data that I've seen and the math that I can do, Wyvern looks good, and I'm going to choose Wyvern.
Oh,
awesome. Spooker, what do you think?
I think I'm just going to start off back before December 6th, 2024. I made the statement, our third Druid form is going to be a fucking dragon. And damn it, I was right. I'm fucking stoked.
It looks so good. It looks so good. The second it's airborne, it's like, holy shit. How do I not try that? Like, what do you mean? And I'm not even a big Druid guy. Like, I guess I'm on the other. I want Paladin more than Druid, but there it is. And man, does it look fucking good. Are you kidding? Like, I think the worst part was like controlling plants. Watching the guy control rain and shit. Oh, it's like, even that looks kind of cool. They were talking about making them wet, like, lol.
Who thought we were getting water?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not me. But that's great because I've always liked using like Hydrosphere and shit. Like, it's pretty great. Like, overall. So just my quick little tidbit on the Druid. So glad that it's there. It looked better than I thought. Haven't seen it ride Aurora yet. Don't think you can. I'm not locking in on a build yet because I don't know what the hell the data is. I don't use any AI for that. So I'm just waiting to see what the patch notes say. according to like the information I know, lightning is nuts, and I want to see if they nerfed it. I have to wait to see. That's what I'm waiting to find out. I don't know what the DPS looks like. I don't know what the skills are. Don't know what the supports are. So I really, I'd be throwing darts blind here. I got to wait and see. But it all looks so good. It all looks so good. The Druids, nice.
Yeah. It looks great.
Can we just stop and take 1 second to just put out there in the space, like GGG is doing the Lord's work. Like they are putting together such extravagant content for us to just, and we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg right here. Like once we get patch notes, and even after the game launches, we'll probably see some tunes and adjustments to make it even better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like they share resources. Like, sorry, man, go ahead.
No, just on Spooker's last point there, like we know, there's only so much they could have mentioned there, what Mark was saying, but we do have patch notes dropping in 2 hours, so there's probably still more things to get excited about. And this whole new, extra mechanic, ailment mechanic there of, getting things wet, swish, right?
Yes.
I know they did mention that it just provides an increased chance to be shocked, but then when you stack that on top of other shock increases, it's and magnitude and all that. Oh yeah, like even if base damage for lighting, like the skill gems itself, seems to be a nerf. It's just there's still gonna be. I still think it's gonna thrive. Like heavily.
You rain on them. You have a Porcelcan ring. They're chilled. They're frozen, exploding because you made them wet. It's like okay. It's like that's great. And then we can convert charge types in the game already. So that's hot shit. But yeah, they're doing the Lord's work. They're sharing resources from both games, but it's deployed in like a unique way. Would you guys agree? Like what I just saw doesn't feel like anything I've seen in Path of Exile yet.
Well, and here's what I want to point out. One, like you just said, completely brand new path, right? Brand new path into what they have and mixing, and oh my gosh, it's just new. But as he said, they didn't even make it to everything they wanted to do. Imagine.
Yeah, the scope was too large.
What?
Well, I hope so. We want that because if they ever have the end of the line, we lose. They're always creating something fresh, right? But they have such a mountain of work that they have to do.
Yeah. Shoot for the stars and expect to hit the moon.
I'm going to straight up say it, and I'm just being honest. We know what happens when they run out of creative approaches to mechanics, and that's a reuse of systems. I'm going to say I've seen that in Diablo 3. We know another game that's doing that recently and just giving a different alteros in terms boons, powers, right? You name it. It's like it's the same thing. This is kind of the same as like an incursion. I'll say that much. But the whole temple layout looks so good. Did you guys ever do temple runs before, like in POE 1?
Yeah, just on my iPhone back in high school.
Temple runs on your iPhone? Yeah, temple runs.
You had temple runs in high school? Dude, we had Nokia Snake. And if you didn't like it, too bad.
It was an OG mobile game. No, but actually, I didn't get a chance to do that in Path of Exile 1, mind you, of course. As you guys already know, most of my community as well. Not the biggest Path of 1, POE 1, player. And the first game that actually came to mind, dude, was some of the Zeldas, including one of the recent ones that was Link's Awakening, because you can also create your own dungeons and paths and rooms like that too. I was like, holy shit, that's definitely a relative concept for me here. Understand it, but the fact that we can increase these rooms now, these levels, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, get more rewards, and you kind of have to go for the architect in order to get to Asteria. It's just awesome. Can't wait. I have a question for you guys too about this, but I want to just let's go around the table here first.
Go ahead,
I just want to get out the basic. Yeah, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, I like the fact that we see Druid. Yeah, I like that there's 3 classes. The 2 ascendancies look cool. I can't wait to get in that a little bit. It's here, it's happening, and it's 8 days away. And so take off that PTO, do what you got to do, get ready, because Ray class is going to be a whole lot more slamming with these volcano fissures. Yeah, just quit it. No, I'm not going to say that. I can't say that, but have a good time, It's happening. It's here. So stoked for it. Yeah. Yep. Might as well go through the presentation, right? Just hit it off. Hit every node. Yep.
Buka, what are your thoughts?
Second.
Yep. Okay. Reaper, how about you? The whole temple thing.
So what I wanted to say is on what you were saying is with the change of the dungeons and the making of the dungeons, as well as increasing the difficulties as you go.
Sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh. You can have so many playthroughs, so many different ways. How many did you count how many blocks across?
The grid?
Yeah. Because
no.
No.
And then how
To
many?
be honest, it almost looked like a
ways you
10
can
by 10.
manipulate?
That's what I was thinking too. 10 by 10. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You got 10, 10.
Lots.
100.
You're looking at
That's
over 100 different.
I think
yeah.
that's 125,000 different ways. If that's one block, you can change each time. It
Yeah.
depends on how you change it. We don't know.
Of course.
But
And how many blocks you have to use too, because that could
I don't know
incrementally
math either,
increase.
so I'm done.
I did have one question, and I don't know if any of you guys caught it. The talisman, new weapon type, right?
Yep.
Did it say class specific on it?
I didn't see that. I wasn't looking for it.
I
'cause
didn't
just saw
actually.
the
I didn't see
icons.
that.
I think any class can use them, though. I could be wrong. I don't think it's class specific.
Well,
Okay.
I think so. So all I know is
Is the Smith of Katava can be a bear? Yes, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah.
just that's gonna happen for Spooker, I think.
Shape-shifting.
I just see the wyvern. I just see the wyvern going in the air, being damage immune, breathing a bunch of fire while I'm on a chronomancer that's going to have extended duration, and I'm going to nuke the fucking game, and it can't ever stop because it can't ever act. Because the downtime between freezing is going to be just nuke the game. Can't hit me. Okay, cool. Back in a freeze. What's the problem?
Is
I
that
just won.
is that how it works? I mean, like when you're leaping, you can get hit like as if you were on the ground. So is it considered the same then?
Yeah,
Well, I was
I-
watching
I-
the footage. I didn't see the life move. Did you guys? When it was free?
I did. Yeah, there was definitely missile hits like at the bare minimum for sure. I did see that.
Okay, good, 'cause I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's in the farmlands there.
hope
Where
so.
you're running against the mercenary packs, and some of them are just basic archers. Yeah, there was definitely some hits to the keys to there.
There better be, because that's insane. Like, you just get immunity frames. Like, that's the class to play, right? Like, of course.
Now I can understand if you have immunity from ground effects, right? Like some of their curse,
Sure,
the curse AoEs on the ground. Of course, you know, like corrupted blood pools and whatever, so on and so forth. But if we were to if the flying effect on the wyvern actually dodges melee strikes and general physical melee, that's unreal, insane, game changing, right? Like truly game changing.
I don't use the words overpowered too much, but yeah,
Yeah.
you just cut out an entire weapon, like attack set, like great defense, you know, and then you breathe that shit on them and you just light them up. It's like,
Yeah.
cool class. Like, yeah, I get it. So Chronomancer underplayed, Stormweaver, does this make it better? Who knows? I mean, we should get those conversations too, but these underplayed ascendancies, like maybe they get picked up now. What does this do for them? I don't know. That's what patch notes are going to come up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Patch notes
Yeah,
are going to
this-
mean a lot this time around.
Yeah, and
Big
so
time. There's a lot of questions.
So Temple Run, I guess this is something I want to talk about. We can get into it now. The end game loop and problems and stuff. So a lot of people, myself included, we played through the campaign. I don't think it's too long. I enjoy it. I like the campaign. I get into end game, and now I'm doing precursor tablets inside of like maps. It's like I don't really know that that's going to keep me going, because what's the boss? It's still Arbiter. Now it's Edziri. That's hot shit. That's sexy. That's fantastic.
Mhm.
Do you guys think that temple runs will keep you guys engaged in the end game? Is it enough for you, or do you think it's just nah, still not enough? What are your thoughts?
I'm a dungeon guy, and so I think I'll be full into it, especially since you could change it, manipulate it. I think I'm hyped for that.
Awesome.
No, it's gonna keep me very busy. Especially, trying to master 3 different shapeshifting forms too, and having fun with all 3. Like I'll most likely be making a separate druid, or depending on what other great ascendancies actually match well with these shapeshifting forms, which is probably almost all of them. Now, if you even think about, of course, the most popular one, the Deadeye ascendancy with the extra prog with a flying wyvern, the shit that it's spitting out, yeah, it's pretty nuts. Even with the magma, like the throwing the magma balls there, triggering other volcanoes, the spell totems that also shoot out the Nova Blast and also ricochet and chain react against each other. It just like the Deadeye ascendancy just never gets a chance to sleep, and it shouldn't. But anyways, like I was saying, primarily is I'm most likely going to be making a different druid for all 3, unless again some other ascendancy is just more ideal. But that'll definitely keep me busy. The temple running definitely, of course, go through finish your all your your atlas trees there as well, and then finish your your highest tier Arbiter, right? The Uber Arbiter, have some fun there, right? Get the accolades, right? Check off the to-do list, and then just have a lot of fun there, reaping the rewards from the new dungeon things too, because we also get those new corruption altars as well, which can, like, the sky's the limit with corrupting your item twice. That other altar has a 50% chance of just destroying it. So, okay, I just destroyed the item, I gotta go again. Let's go again.
Yep.
Right? Woof.
That is a big.
My wife's gonna be pissed.
That's good. That's good. Spooker, what'd you think?
So my first take, obviously, like, Druid is amazing. Like, the things that it's going to be able to do, that in itself, with, I don't know, fucking 28 button pressing build to do a combo trifecta, well, quadfecta, because you got werewolf, you got bear, you got wyvern, and you got human, right? You can mix and match any of those in an infinite amount of ways on how you want to do them and what you want to combo with. So just that alone, I think, is going to give a lot of replayability in that aspect. But I am kind of disappointed that they didn't get to the end game changes to add into the game, which we know we're working on and we love that. And man, they're doing a great job. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm talking negative at all about them, but it is kind of disappointing because that was one of their emphasis from their last interview that they had, was like, we're working on the end game changes and we want to get those shifts into the game because that's a lot of feedback that they're getting for it. However, I've done the Edziri Temple stuff in PoE 1. It's okay, but I felt like probably a skill issue. I'll say that in the front. But I felt like I had issues always being able to get to all the rooms or upgrade the rooms in the correct way when I was doing the temple in 1. So if it's adjusted to make it a little bit more simple on that manner, then I'm for it. I love it. Like, that'll be awesome. But the complexity that's built into it from what we saw, it looks like there's going to be a lot of different ways that you can approach your farming tactics for just that one end game system. So that's a big W in my head. So I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely be diving into the temple to see the changes and how they work. And man, I can't wait to see the patch notes. See what else they've changed. At least what else they want to tell us they changed, because we all know they have secret changes they add in there.
Yeah, I think the UI UX will make that easier. The problem you talk about, I think that seeing the temple in that format instead of like the other structure would be a little bit more visual clarity for anybody that hasn't done it. I think it's good. One thing I was interested in was seeing that when you kill the Arbiter, which is a reason to go chase him, you can use basic currency on your tablets now, like your precursor tablets, to affect your maps. That's a big change. The dilution of monster density I thought was kind of weird. I thought that in the last, not 031E, but one of the last patches, they actually made it so that the XP and the monsters were like on par with what they used to be. So they're bringing that back even more. I thought that was surprising. But we multiply all the value of everything by 0.4. So like you're getting 40% more. I thought that's kind of nice. So okay, yeah, interesting. What do you guys think about killing the Arbiter now as like a metric for completion to get benefits? Like, do you think that's a good call, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think the benefit to go for him, as far as, again, Chad, this is another thing about, I'm the casual player on the panel, so everything I say is coming from that standpoint. And so what I'm talking about is the benefits is going for that, striving for that end game as a casual has a little bit more to it. I can see better crafting, better loot tables, more options for myself as far as building and then rerunning, and then, you know, it just seems like it has a much better prize rather than it's out of reach. It seems like it's something that's within reach and should be gone for, from my standpoint.
Good to hear. What about you guys? If you did Arbiter before, did you guys ever use your rare tablets, or not so much from the Arbiter when you would have killed him before from your passive skill?
Not so much.
Yeah, you're going to see a difference. Like, rare tablets are going to be nuts. And also we have the Abyssal Tree. Fucking fantastic. Like, what is crafting looking like? That's what I need from the patch notes. I got to see, what are we doing there? I noticed that the Exalts were still there, perfect and chaos and otherwise.
Yeah, we saw that.
It's like, are the Omens still there? Are they, how rare are they? Are they more valuable? Like, what are we doing? That's my question.
I have some thoughts on like theory crafting that I've done throughout so far, and then it helped me a little bit more with seeing what I've seen on that trailer. But we need to wait for those notes. We need those notes so we can get that crafting done. But I can tell you what I seen and what I heard from that trailer, it makes me a lot more energetic and excited about crafting. I can tell you that.
Why? Why is that?
It seems more, and it's not, but it seems more basic. It's not, but it makes me feel like it's more.
What in the trailer seemed more basic than what we had before?
Like, here, you have an uncorrupt, you do this, and then you add this, it does this, right? Like, so as far as from my standpoint, it helps me to know that there's this and this that's going to happen. And if I have a linear timeline of how to craft and build, it makes me feel better in doing it. Even though, again, it is not more basic. It is definitely not. Yeah. It is more improved. There's more conditions to it. There's a lot more detail to it, but it's overall wrapped nicer, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a big content creator standpoint that's missing in a lot of places. And Barricade does a really good job of putting together videos that take your very complex algorithms for crafting and making them much more simplified in a step-by-step manner, which we need more of that type of content, because a lot of people say, go do this, then you do that, then you do that, and then step 5 is that, and then you get here by doing that, and that's your video. Like, okay, how do I do that again? What was step 1? And you watch the video like 4 times, and it's like, yeah, I still don't know how to do step 1. You lost me. But I want to jump back to the 0.4% XP change. I think the reason they're doing that is big on performance issues.
Yes.
The first abyss, the overrun abyss that I did with increased monster density,
nuts.
I think I lasted about 7 seconds, maybe, because it was just like there was so much crap on my screen. The game couldn't run. My game kicked me out. I logged back in and I was dead. And what can you do? Yeah, you had no chance.
Yeah, I definitely got overwhelmed as well. That happened. I got to hear from like the other panelists here, but I think like we're going right into Delirium Fog conversation. They seem to obviously know there's a visual issue. They're listening to community feedback about that. They are reducing content, which feels bad. You want more stuff, which is great, but it's not there for us. So I hear it. And if it makes people's games run better and the stream's cleaner, then I'm happy for that. Because I used to, like last season, I'd play a bunch of Spark Blood Mage, right? And I'm just twirling that wand and I'm blowing shit up. But you guys are watching a slideshow. It's like, come on. Like that's not a great time. Like, you know, so I'm a fan of that. If that's what it takes to get there in early access, what do you guys feel like?
That was actually one of the other things I was going to bring up too, is visual clarity, which made me think about re-answering that question to you. More detailed clarity, but the crafting, the clarity seemed better, feel better. But yeah, I think the visual clarity is what they have to go for first, because that foundation, they can't improve anything else in the game or push anything else further if the game won't run. So I think
I just think they're building for Hberg, man. They're going to have a bunch of fucking druids slamming one big volcano, a bunch of bears doing twirls. It's basically a circus act, and that's the fucking screen. You're going to see a shitload of balls running around. And that's
I love you too. I love you too, GGG.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to see you doing synchronized wyvern swirls of just like fire flames. I want to see this highlight because that better exist,
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Can you imagine going in together and we just have wyverns flying, bears running? Oh, man.
No, I can already picture a 6-party of wyverns going nuts and all of them triggering these goddamn elemental storm surges too, right? Like that's why when we saw this quick little snippet there of the one ascendancy that will cause these elemental storms of a random element to to spawn, I was like, okay, so party play even less, right? I was just laughing. I was like, well, like.
You're gonna see that rock band moment where one lunar wolf has the light down and you got like the fucking bears twirling around like a big circus act. 100% it's gonna happen. We need to see this clip. Yeah. So insane.
Well, I mean, overall, like I do really appreciate the performance issue, the performance fix. And they set up to 25%, you know, in some cases more. And going back to the comment you had there regarding your first actual like the abyssal mod, and when I did my first one, I actually brought in a ramped up waystone as well. And when I got in there, I think it was like the second spore there, right? And it was just unbearable. Like I'm talking probably 12 to 20 frames, probably even less at some points. Like you said, it was a slideshow. It looked like I was creating some stop motion video. Right? Like some little. It was just, it was so bad to a point where I said the same thing to the folks. I was like, okay, well, we can't do this. I was like, the game will not even let us proceed. And it was pretty gross. And so they did also say that they've dissipated the delirium fog quite a lot. And the before and after footage is actually pretty nice, because the delirium monsters, there's a lot of that extra glass type of mirror shattering effect when they die, so that's also been minimized. And I think that is going to help a lot of people, especially for those who are still streaming on the one rig like myself. Like delirium actually didn't really cause any performance issues before specifically. When it did, it was when I actually instilled my waystone, so it had the constant fog everywhere, and we also had the increased monster density too, right? That's when it actually, I'd probably start getting anywhere between like 10 to 15 frames chopped off in certain pockets. But yeah.
Better now. That's all gone now, right?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, I want to see. So we talked about the new incursion mechanic briefly, but so part of the temples are going to erode, part of them are going to stay. There's currency that allows you to keep the layout, which is so exciting. The amount of wealth coming out of this new system, it seems like incursion running in PoE 1, it's very lucrative, like for many different reasons. So now, one thing I didn't notice, maybe you guys caught it, but now I don't know if you could sell the temple run. I think maybe you invite someone to use their item in a thing, but like in Path of Exile 1, I could sell you the temple. You buy the temple, you use it, you double corrupt kind of thing, right? I didn't see an icon. That doesn't mean it's not in the game. I just didn't see it in the footage. So that just seems like a missed opportunity or a whole new take on it. Either one I'm open to. So again, I can't wait to see what
that's a good point. That's a good point to mention. And again, not coming from PoE 1 and being uneducated in that regard. Now that you've mentioned that, that's pretty nice, because that could actually make for some some good profit making there too, if it just wasn't your thing, right? To each their own. But one other thing to mention regarding this temple running, you mentioned the currency. One thing I really I gave him a huge W. I was ramping it up and saying that was such brilliant thinking to come out with this thought or this entire concept right out the gate and not changing that in an upcoming patch, was the fact that if you are doing these temple runs and you do not want to use the corruption bonuses, the double corruption on the current item you're using, because it's just not, it's not worthy to you, you can just extract the currency itself and use it on an item later. That, to me, folks, and I'm sure everybody here on this panel agrees, and our viewers watching, that is just such a W. Like,
yeah.
It's
not lost effort, right? And that's always a good thing. Is this going to replace Sekima's? Depends on what its Ziri's drop, right? Like, what's its Ziri going to drop? Depends. Patch notes come out soon. We're going to find out. At the time of this podcast, we don't have the data yet.
There's Sekima's drops that are specifically tied to Sekima's, right? So nothing's.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't think any end game mechanic is going to completely replace another as far as like being able to drop, but it does open up, like I can farm Sekima's to get that Sekima's drop, to trade that Sekima's drop for an Atziri drop if I don't like to run the Atziri. But I don't think we ever got any insight on an actual completed temple, right? Because in Path of Exile 1, you have to complete the temple before you can sell it for it to be ran, right? We didn't get any kind of information or anything tied to an actual completed temple at that point in the actual reveal.
Not that I saw.
Yeah, so that might be a possibility if they're giving us the possibility to retrieve or take the currency that is doing whatever the said temple room does. So we'll see.
So I'm saying, right? Gotta wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I thought that the amount of butt cheeks in this trailer is pretty impressive, to be honest. That was pretty great. Not
had 4.
That. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say is that she had 4. I don't know. Whatever she had 4 of, you have to use your own memory there. But she had 4. I thought that was kind of like really
interesting. Interesting.
Taking things to the next level. Talk about usually some say they one up you. These guys fucking 2 up you. Like these guys are doing next level things here.
I was surprised to see that.
They're not pulling.
Anyways, but
they're throwing it all out there.
There's going to be a lot of cheeks being clapped here, though, as a bear. Even the werewolf 2-man, when we saw the ice infusion there. We always know that the werewolf is always about speed versus the werebear, of course, always being, like he said, it's a heavier, it's a tankier, it's more of a lumbering monster. But I still we have 250 at least, or I think he said only, or he used a very just very casual word, but we have 250 more nodes, and there's still Instiller, of course, the Amos. I honestly have a feeling, man, that no matter what shapeshift form you are, they're all going to be able to attack super freaking fast. Like maybe the base skill, the skill use time on these skill gems for the bear are probably going to be pretty low. Like Spooker and I are still traumatized from Rolling Slam when it first came out. So in that type of shitty ass skill speed, the default base might be a little bit low and still feel very sluggish early on. But I truly feel like the werewolf will be light speed attacks, and the bear can hopefully get to at least 50 to 60% of that. I still have a feeling, like I just know for sure, like even in endgame, all three shapeshifting forms are still going to be able to attack very, very fast. I feel like the werewolf might have the best single target. I think the wyvern and the werebear might actually have better AoE clears and map density clearing because they have the big trample, they have the big slam effect, and the wyvern is literally just scorching things out of its way. It has the wing attack. But they didn't showcase as much on the werewolf, though, I will say. And most of the stuff they did showcase on the werewolf was either elemental infusion to infuse their attacks and a bunch of more single target. I'm definitely hoping that the werewolf has some sort of really good dash attack that can also have heavy cooldown reduction, so you can practically dash through the entire map. Almost like not so much like a Flicker Striker or the Stat Stacker type of thing, where you're constantly waving your boom around there like a fucking curling athlete on speed or something. But it's like I'm hoping that the werewolf gets a good combination of both, because I'm even though I'm still always more of a bear guy, and like I'm excited for all three, and I want all three of them to be getting some love, which I'm sure they will. But the werewolf was number 2 for me on my list at first, and now it's number 3 because I'm definitely going to be making a wyvern before the werewolf in this regard. So
I do think the wolf is going to be probably fun. I think you're right on some type of dash attack or something, but you have the wyvern that, if you think of it in like Axis style where you can movement, the wyvern is, I think, right now the only one that has a Z-axis.
Yeah.
Think about that.
If it's a true Z-axis, though, I truly think it's still just an XY axis movement. It's just a visual that you're going up into the sky, just like Leap Slam.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that it's just there's too much advantage if there actually becomes the Z-axis, because like we were talking earlier, and we remove the melee being able to hit something in the sky, or a ground attack being able to hit something in the sky, then it just becomes too OP, and that's kind of not GGG's thing.
I see that.
But so this was on my mind earlier, but we branched off. But while this is fresh, okay. So the flying maneuver is a skill. It's an attack based. Now, I'm assuming that it's also channeling, but it's resource reliant. Okay, if it's resource reliant and you have ridiculous resource sustain and regeneration, can you constantly fly? Is it going to have a mandatory landing period or like a mandatory cooldown? Or if it's completely resource reliant, can we constantly stay up in the air?
I don't think it's resource reliant. I think it's duration dependent. Like
I have a feeling it's going to be duration dependent as well.
Yeah.
So you just have extend duration content on a second weapon swap on the skill tree. You go high in the sky and you fucking send it in that second pattern. That's it. Like how you can have a second weapon set.
Yeah.
Well, if you're on the Witch Hunter that has an exquisite amount of skill points, send up there at the talisman and adios, because you can just live. You can live in the air. And so for those of you guys, I see some comments quickly talking because we're live, talking about what the hell is XYZ? So axis, X, Y in the air, Z towards you. But because we're playing an isometric game, it's kind of tilted towards you. So Z, they're referencing high in the sky. It'd be the inability to be hit by melee because, Dragon Boy's up here. So,
essentially, like, look at it this way. So, like, X and Y, X would be A and D key, right? Your Y right now would be W and S, and then Z would be literally just elevation, right? So just being above ground.
Yeah. So I think it's duration. Do you guys think it's resource? Because if it is, then you could just go nuts. You could have like infinite resource all day.
I personally feel like they're going to be doing duration.
I think they commented that it's duration with cooldown. I swear I could be wrong, but I could have heard that they said something about duration and cooldown.
So I could have been screaming, so I didn't hear.
I heard you.
That I found.
Yeah.
If you'd like.
What did you say? Sorry, I didn't hear
I
that.
can give you some data that I found. It's not factual or not. We have
it's not factual, so does it really? Is it really?
It's in the data. But...
You go. I got some data. I'll give you. I'm not sure if it's factual or not. Well, then I don't fucking want it.
Well, the reason
the
reason there's any data out there is because the Chinese side or the Asian side of the world had their own reveal before us, right? And that's where the data is coming from. So they have as much data that we do. So
I'll take some patch notes. No offense to you, but and also I got fucking rolled last league because on the 11th hour my flicker strike got changed, so the whole thing went tits up.
Well, you just forgot to read.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a read thing. How dare you? First of all, it was stated differently, and then it was changed. We all got screwed, so it wasn't great. But yeah, what a time we're having here. Holy smokes, crazy. Yeah. Oh, before we shift off this, going to the Nether. The Ascension, we haven't even talked about the Ascendancies yet. Like the Hinokora's Lock unique amulet that came out that prevents you from dying if you go in a certain place, is now coupled with the, and I'm gonna freaking forget the name. Where Shaman, what's the other one? What's the other Ascension called?
Oracle.
Got it. Oracle. So the Hinokora's Lock neck with the Oracle power that lets you see if you go here to do more thing. How is that not just improved Chronomancer already? Like that just seems great. What are your thoughts on any of that?
Oh, I personally think that the whole Oracle thing, being able to foresee and have that second form, I think it's just going to be like back to Huntress, Serpent's Serpent's Fury, whatever it is, just 2.0. Like
double
you're
damage.
just gonna, just a double deck. It's just gonna be, just a complete fucking annihilator, man. Oh yeah,
that's what I said. So what the hell? How can you do that? Like you drop a Tempest Bell. Bada boom. But I guess you can't because maybe you you can. You can totally Tempest Bell that. It's an Ascension. So that's quad. That's quad damage. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck? It's like
cooking with grease.
Okay? Gross. Man. Gross.
Yeah, and like what if you get like a dot build? Gratch, you just like what? You just do quad dot hit? What the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually
the aggravated bleeding, all of it.
Yeah.
It's just
Then why do I care about Shaman? Role play?
Just immersion. Yeah, just about to say role play. Okay, don't knock it. Yeah. I mean, if you got to keep it in the bedroom, do your thing. But hey, yeah, immersion.
Well, you don't want to shapeshift.
Those sort of things, right?
You don't want to shapeshift, right? Because a shaman is basically the caster of the two sides of a druid, right? No shapeshifter, caster.
That's kind of one thing I wanted to bring up to you, Hberg. It's like you wanted to go with this is what you mentioned before.
Is he going for your throat? Is this the moment?
You wanted to go for a staff build with the druid.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't ramping staffs. No,
something like that.
No, Spooka was set on staffs. I'm telling you, I kept saying that they're primarily axes and maces. Yeah.
Yeah, because
but in D4 though they still ramp from staffs, right? Because two-handed staffs in there.
Because most of the time, as a bear, I believe you're probably going to want to sustain form, right?
Yeah, and rage.
Yeah, and then so your staff's not going to really do anything, right?
It's the Ascension, yeah.
Yeah. So I was wrong then, I guess. I was gonna.
No, it's all good. It's all good, dude. This is what the podcast is all about. We're talking.
Yeah, this is it.
Cool. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, I can take my armor off. Okay, yeah. Okay. Things get
ruin your cookies.
No, it's all good. Like it's so the thing now with the talisman though. The talisman is essentially, in other words, like focus in other games and whatever. But the talisman clearly looked like a one-handed piece, did it not?
No, it looked like it grayed off the second hand when they put it on, right?
It looks like
because it was on. Yeah, it was on. Of course, the right hand, but our left hand. So when I saw that, I was just about to ask, okay, when they had it equipped in that, the size of the artwork of the item itself looked like a one-handed piece. But that's what I was going to mention. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I saw the other hand completely grayed out. So you're not going to be able to put
it looks like a two-handed
and a beefed up one-handed weapon. So it's like it is now going to be completely passive and skill-based reliance. So
it looks like a one-handed weapon, but it takes two. Yeah, it's one of those things. Mirage.
You gotta hold it in one hand and use the power with the other.
tell the world how it's going to be with the other. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
I hope my druid does that exact same move you just did, Spooker. If it doesn't, be slightly disappointed.
Well, if you're transforming, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's another. It's another interesting concept, though, right? So two-handed, and we are not drawing the main skills damage from the one-handed weapon. So this is going to be definitely, shapeshifters are definitely going to have to take advantage of a lot of these great corruptions on your other gear. And, I think breach rings are going to be very valuable for these things in terms of increasing the damage, adding said damage to attacks, etc., etc. And also these new talismans, lineage supports are also getting reworked. They said 21 of them, right, have been kind of rebalanced and changed. So, yeah.
Yeah, 250 passive skill points, 30 new support gems, fuck ton of changes in the lineage support gems, which is why we need patch notes. But what I thought was interesting, real quick, 2 seconds, was the fact that you could take out your runes in your really powerful endgame stuff now with the new game mechanic. And that's going to affect the economy because you could have like hedge witches +1 all spell skills for some of the builds that use it. You don't got to buy it anymore. You can just extract it, but you lose the item.
Right.
So it's like we're taking items out of the economy here for the value of the slot, which is like pretty earth shifting compared to like what we were doing before. Like you would get it, toss it in. That's done.
Right.
That's no longer the case, right? So that's kind of a big change.
But you're not going to be
items out of the economy. Go ahead.
You're not going to be doing that with an item that's worth more than the sockets.
That's of course.
That's the weird counterplay, right? It's like, so what do? You just move it? Do you just move it? Is that what you do? Probably, right? Like you just sell it, just get rid of it. Use as an upgrade.
I think that's going to make
great for SSF.
I think that's going to make solo play better.
Yes.
Yep. SSF.
It's the first thing on my mind.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know all of us here enjoy solo play, and many of our awesome people watching too. Like solo play is going to be a very, very fun journey during this league.
Well, true, but at the same time, a lot of it's pushed on us, right? Like I want to go play with 3 other wyverns and a bear, but now I can't fucking see a thing.
Yeah, especially if they're going the that shaman route. The shaman is did the oracle have the elemental rain, or was it the shaman? I thought it was the shaman. They're more elemental based.
I'm pretty sure it was the shaman.
I was gonna say if we got a shaman up in there, we're just like, okay, so there's this new underlying rule that if you're joining the party, you can't be a shaman. It's like, okay.
Well, I was thinking
discrimination.
If we do grow in groups, I thought it'd be cool to have like play the bears in an actual tank, and have them go in there, and then you have your DPS behind you.
Well, wait a second. We have 4 of us here. We do a podcast together. We have human form, wolf form, bear form, and wyvern form.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just throwing that out there.
We all know it's going to be all 4 of us either trampling the freaking streets of raid class here as a bear in rampage mode too, right? There's the rampaging or the ravaging, and then all 4 of us are going to be flying around.
I'm just throwing out there though that would be a cool, fun collaboration if you guys would be up for it, where we do a quad druid with 1 of each form, and that's the form you stick to. Like that's the rules of the collab. You know what I'm saying?
That could
interesting.
Be cool. That could be fun.
I signed that contract before it was even drawn up.
Well, I've mentioned this before, and again, I appreciate the offer. I might take you up, I may not. It depends on what the patch notes say. Like, if I don't like what I read, I will go another way. This is the thing. I love what I'm seeing. Druid looks so sick. I get to play as a dragon, great. But what if that thing over there looks really cool? I want to try that instead. So I think I have to still be true to myself, and I think I have to see the data, and then I can actually pull the trigger.
Oh, of course.
One thing that I would love for the bear to be better than what I think is going to be from the way it looks to me. It just looks, for my style, it looks too slow, which is hard to do because I like not playing super fast, and it doesn't seem like it does a lot of damage. Hey, don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just curious if we watched the same reveal trailer. The bear looked like one of the faster. Like I'm trampling the whole screen, 2 screens over, and I'm on the next.
It had great coverage. It did. It had great coverage for sure. It had great movement, but it was. I think he's referring to like the base attack speed of
speed.
Okay,
you compare
like Maul was definitely sluggish, but dude, we're looking at like probably a level 10, demo here.
True, and they play the way they play. Right?
Well, let's see. So, what is a level 11 to 12 skill gem? Because that's what I saw drop. So that's the level of gameplay I think we were seeing.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah, sure. But gear is gonna give you the output, so you can have 11 to 12 skill gem, cool. But the thing is, like, you have to have gear. If you've got like a solid weapon and good gear, you'll one shot bosses.
Oh
this game's all about gear. So for that point, that's pretty.
And they're
relevant
also
too, right?
showing us, not running through it. So it's like,
well, what's the point? They spend time animating it just to watch your guy fly through light speed. Like we will get to light
There is
speed.
that.
One of the problems we have is, like, even Monk gets this with some of its skills. Like, the skills in melee grant you forward movement, and the wolf gets that. So what's gonna, I think, happen is with a high attack speed wolf, you're gonna be on ice skates just sliding through the game like that. You're just gonna one shot everything, and then you're gonna have, like, the single target that wolf gives you. It's what it looks like to me, but they're not gonna showcase that. They just can't, because that just diminishes the enjoyment. I think that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Well, they've always been in that they wanted a slower, more meaningful combat style game where they want you to do the whole combo system where you get in, you do some damage, and you get out to dodge the damage. They've kind of showcased this. That's always been their narrative where they're going. So their gameplay for the Druid kind of showed exactly that. The werewolf, they did the slash in, a couple swipes, and then some sort of like animating back out of the area of effect attack to get out. So, and that's kind of been what they've been narrating the whole time.
I think that my idea of a path where I'm going to go is Wyvern. I think that's the S tier. I think that's going to be S tier. You're going to play like some kind of Thunder Mountain thing build, and you're going to try. You're going to try to min-max constant in the air where you're leaving trails and spitting out lightning all over. That's my plan.
Now the thing is, though, is I'm now we can almost guarantee that movement speed obviously is still going to affect the speed of flying, but they might not do that. They might actually lock movement speed and the duration, of course, to that skill itself. Your extra boost in movement speed, whether if it's from gear or your passive tree, may not actually affect your flying speed. So in terms of map clearing, the werewolf already moves quick, and the whole trampling skill and the rampage skill with the bear had insane coverage, right? And we all know that the stuff in Path of Exile in general, like regular density, everything, we still get hit very hard, but everything like dies pretty damn easy, right? Except when you get around to the bosses and elites. But even some of the elites at some point like get melted in one hit as well from you. So I feel like the Wyvern, I think it's going to be amongst the most popular, right, for sure, of the shape-shifting forms. But I right now I don't see it actually outperforming in terms of map clearing speed, density clearing, and just overall coverage as much as the bear. And
yeah, I can't wait.
If what you said is true, I will be heartbroken. If my movement speed does not impact the speed at which my flying dragon breathes fire in the game, I will be the saddest fucking guy in the world.
Me too. I'm not hoping for that, but I'm just saying
Diablo 2, right? Fuck, nobody played Fenzon, even though that thing would shit on things. Nobody cared. It's like, so with you, I would be surprised to see that be the case. You know what I mean?
Pooker. Yeah.
Yeah, he's waiting. Yeah. Anyway, that was my point. But I can't, come on.
I truly hope that the movement speed increases will affect your flying speed, and if not, I hope that there's going to be new passive tree skill points that specifically attain to flying speed, just like how they added ones for sprinting.
Almost 70% on my mind that it would be.
Not 72?
No.
Well, not 73.
Not 69 either.
Oh, 6-7? Okay.
6-7 maybe.
Doing out there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 6-7.
Crazy. Okay, so the primary points I want to talk about, it's Xeris in the game. Don't know what the drops are. Got to wait for patch notes, get some serious meat and potatoes. The Druid looked so much better than I thought. Game sounds beautiful. This company's killing it. Both games, the last two leagues were awesome. Well, this one seems great too. So do you guys have any key points you wanted to discuss before I check out some Q&A?
Yeah, there was something.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So what I was saying before is now one of you guys have mentioned it before. Is actually Spooker. So I agree that I don't think that any of this new endgame content is going to push any of it under the rug or make just cause the other ones to be dead. They're all crucial, right? Especially if you want to finish all of your your Atlas skill trees and that. Of course. But like, do you guys feel like the temple stuff is actually going to be the primary focus of content for a lot of players, or do you feel like it's still going to be Atlas mapping while just juicing up, your tablets as much as possible and just trying to get all the div drops or even mirror hunting and this and that? Because I truly feel like the temple running is actually going to be the primary focus now, is specifically because Path of Exile 2 now has access to this double corruption thing. And the fact that the one altar has the 50% chance to either, ramp the corruption or destroy it, when that sucker's gone, they're back in temples. If so. But I personally feel like the temple running now is going to be the main squeeze of this upcoming league. I don't think it's going to make the others dead, like you had mentioned second as well. People are still going to go for those unique relics and getting those, the darkness and such. But it's like, but I personally feel like temple running is going to be the main squeeze.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I just had it pop in my head because I don't know why I didn't think of it, but it's also new, so that's one. It's a new grind, but the grind isn't like I said before. It's a modification of the temple in the first place, so it's not like it's one and done. And the crafting within it is crazy. It's just, it seems like everyone would be focused on that way more. It seems like a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to say that I think the majority of people that want to do the testing to figure out what's there are definitely going to slam hammer the temple the first week. I want to say the first solid week. I think the majority of the true like heavy grinders in the game are going to be farming the temple. One, to figure out what's the best route, what's the best rooms to get the best currency, because it seems like most players are more worried about, I want currency per hour, whether it's trading for that currency or dropping that raw currency. That's like the base goal for your base, your player base, and it's like that currency per hour. So I think for the major content creators that are playing the game and the grinders that are playing the game, that's going to be like week one. Figure out which rooms are most beneficial, which rooms combine with those rooms to make them better, and what our drop tables are across the temple. And I think once the majority of that is figured out, not 100%, but the majority, I think then the majority of people will start breaking off into the different sections. Some people are going to go into Abyss, some people are going to go into mapping, and then it'll be more diverse after that first week. But I definitely think because it's new mechanic, new league, it seems to me, especially in the mini leagues in PoE 1 as well, it's always the league content the first week, sometimes less depending upon how good it is. And I think that will determine the length of it. If it's really, really good, like the Abyss League last league, it's going to be going on through the entire league, right? What pays out the most is going to pay out the most. That's what most people are going to do. But that's my thoughts.
Yeah.
I can see myself dodging the entire temple.
Really?
Absolutely. I don't need to run the temple at all. Anything the temple gives me, I can accrue myself by getting the wealth from something else that's already known, unless it's been nerfed from the drop rate.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I would just run Trial of Sekhmet all day long with this new Wolf Tang. It's pretty quick, great. I'll use that to get the boss shit on it, move on, get my drops, and away I go. Unless I really like playing the content, I will play it. If not, then there's already other known strategies for extreme wealth generation in Path of Exile 2. And instead of looking for divines or like exalted and chaos orbs, I'll just go looking for ritual content to get a bunch of omens if they're still in the game, and I'll just farm ritual till the cows come home. And I'll have if they're still in the game, we're going to find out omens of greater exaltation, homogeneous omens, like things that I need to use to craft tier 1 gear. And I'll just flip the tier 1 gear on the market, and I'll make the multi-divine profit that way and continue doing so. And then whatever I have from the wealth that I've generated, I'll put towards the items from the tower or the temple run, and away I go. I think that's what I would do.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, in the content creating side too, with the content creating side and also just the personal enjoyment, like, you don't think that you're going to be chasing any of the excitement or the high from actually, doing the temple run, bringing in your item, hitting a nasty double corruption, and just getting that awesome moment together with, like, for yourself, the clip, the community, like, just sharing that fucking awesome moment. Like, holy shit, look what we just made. That's crazy. rather than just
No.
going on the trade site and saying, "Oh, look what I can now afford." All
No,
right.
I don't. I want to fight the boss, break her legs. Say
Nothing wrong with that. I'm just curious.
No,
yeah.
it's like, typically I just go fight the boss. Like I want to do it myself, solo run, then I do carries. But I don't.
Hopefully,
this
she
comes
has her
across wrong,
jigs
but
out, and when
yeah,
you
I don't care
spank
about the
her,
clips.
she just
I don't give a
jiggles
shit about
around.
the clips. Don't care. Like I'd rather do it because I want to do it. I like that's it. I just enjoy the game. So
Mhm.
I hope it's fun. I hope it takes over. Like I want it to be that next new thing. But when it comes to the conversation of generating the wealth early on, like Spooker was saying, the first week, I could see myself just running maps for a week, just doing that, just getting as much wealth generation as I can from omens, sitting on that for a day or two, watching the economy rise, then moving it. If that's what I was trying to do, you know.
Omens
Just
will
honest,
definitely
yeah.
still be a very large focus of mine as well. I
Do you
think
guys
they'll
all-
always be.
Do you think they're still
yeah.
in the game? Do you think they're going to be changed at all, or is it same old crafting? Because that's wow.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good question. Well, we didn't hear anything in regards to that because again, they did say the scope is far too low. Well, going back to the thing that Reaper mentioned earlier, in terms of not being able to mention or talk about everything in the announcement trailer today, is because they're talking about. He said there's too much to talk about on the scope is too large in
the
terms
endgame,
of what's new, right? The new stuff. But they didn't
Endgame
mention
stuff, yeah.
anything about the current stuff or existing stuff. So I think all that's probably going to be in the patch notes, and there could be new omens. There could be tweaks. There could be some that are erased.
Right. Yeah, and that's going to determine what I run because we know like grand spectrums are great. We know what Sekimas gives you, right? In terms of value, it's really good. I don't think that Trial of Chaos got enough love. I think it still kind of sucks compared to other options. Do you guys agree?
100%.
Did they even mention? Oh,
Nothing.
Did they mention anything about the supposed new
No.
trials that was supposed to come?
Nothing.
No, sir.
Here's
Not
what
that I heard.
I'm also thinking. Maybe. I have no idea, man. I'm just thinking out there that maybe what if the temples they introduced as part of the new trial thing into it?
Could be.
I think it's too big of a system for them not to at least mention. But
Maybe,
I could be wrong.
I think it would be mentioned.
Maybe the patch note.
I think it would have been too. I think that would be a pretty.
It's a whole new
large topic, yeah.
system. I don't think they would just throw it in patch notes. Yeah, that's not like them. But I mean, they've been known to surprise us. But that's too heavy. That's not like GGG. GGG normally touches like all the heavy topics, and then some small minor changes that aren't too big will be thrown in the patch notes, and they're like, all right, here. And then there's some changes and tweaks that they forget to throw in the patch notes, and we find out in game later. So.
Yeah. Okay, was there any of the key points you guys wanted to bring up, or did you guys get through everything that you wanted to talk about today, based on what you saw?
I'm good.
Because we can open it up to Q&A from our communities if they want to ask questions at us. We can take them. Feel a few.
I'd love that.
Let's do it.
So
yeah,
I did have a question. Not really a question, more of a quick topic discussion on the Druid. Okay, we know Barricade's not the biggest Druid guy, right? We understood that. Hberg's huge on the Druid, like me. Big Druid fans. Druid fantasy fans for any type of game. It doesn't matter. Like, and this has come up in other games as well. And Reaper, you're kind of on the edge too, hit or miss, right? But you're curious. You're curious. Druid curious. I like that. So
well, if you're D4 curious, you can get it there too.
No. I like how the Druid has its base ideology behind it, regardless of where you go, on what platform, what game, what book, what movie. It doesn't matter. The Druid has its general base description behind what they are, right? They're a elementalist caster with a shapeshifter and nature themed control, whether it's like animal summons, shape-shifting animals, and then spell casting, lightning, fire, and cold.
And they dress like shit.
I think that I love the way that they went ahead and went with the werewolf theme, because the werewolf for the Druid is normally always like about speed, right? Well, I love the way that they went with the werewolf theme, and it's still kind of speed, right? But not the speed that you would originally think of, right? It's like, I'm fast because you're slow, not because I'm faster. And they went with the ice because originally my thought for the werewolf was it was going to be chaos based, chaos damage, poison. Because that's the bleeds. General theme, you know, rabies, poison, damage over time. That's been the normal style. So I like
Open
that.
Wounds,
I like that GGG kind of switched it up on us and made it like, okay, we're moon based, which is totally thematic and awesome. I love that. And we're going to do cold damage. And they did the tri element through the shape shifting too. The bear was fire, the wyvern's lightning, but can do fire. I'm just excited. So my question to you guys is, with the druid and the thematic from what we've seen, obviously there's going to be a ton of stuff in the patch notes and other stuff for that as well coming out with the patch notes. What is your guys' take, and how do you feel? Do you like, dislike the style and direction that they decided to take the druid, its forms, and its abilities that we've seen from the reveal trailer?
I think it's great. I think it's right on par. And, you know, even when Jonathan just quickly said, right, the werewolf is usually about speed, the things we've already mentioned before, right? Werebear, a little bit slower, sluggish, heavier hitting. All that to me makes sense, but it's the curveball that they threw at us with the wyvern, right? I mean, you mentioned the wyvern before. I said yes. I had also the dragon in the back of my mind. I said it could also have been a serpent type of shape-shifting form, but I actually thought they were going to bring in an alpha cat. Like you're literally like you're the guy sitting right behind you. I thought it was going to be like an alpha cat type of thing for the third form. So this whole thing of bringing in this flying concept now too, and actually just embodying a dragon, is insane. I think the approach they have is actually great, because the wyvern is going to be a mixture of both of those two guys, right? But the point that you just mentioned there too, how it's not chaos based. I thought for sure the werewolf is going to thrive in bleed damage and chaos damage, right? Dots and rabies. I was definitely excited to make a rabies druid, which I'm sure we still can. But I think the approach is great. Personally, what I appreciate the most, man, is the animation of the shapeshift itself. I think the size of the bear, like you're actually towering over these things for once, like in comparison to Diablo, of course, the ones that we grew up with. There are a lot of monsters in that game where they were either the same height as you, the same size as you, or bigger. Right, like a lot of the times you in the shapeshifting form were still a lot smaller than a lot of things we're fighting. But in this case, like we're towering. We're big, we're scary, we're loud, we're huge. And even the wyvern now too, like obviously it's got a crazy big hitbox if you think about it, like that shit. That's a pretty massive hitbox. Like it's gonna be pretty hazardous. But it's doing it justice, right? And I think overall the approach is great. I remember Bear Kid, actually, when you and I were talking about the werewolf a while ago. You had said we had said too, because in the previous whatever it is that we watched, they had said that if you guys have already been through Grellwood, you guys have seen the werewolf, right? It was supposed to look like some as well, but they clearly had touched it up a little bit. This one is this one is taller, right? I think a little bit more beefier, and I guess not as fully, like there was some exposed areas of that was not entirely covered with fur, of course, right? Towards the lower torso area, so it's definitely a little bit more humanoid, like designed in terms of just like a full werewolf. But I think, yeah, for me, it's the animation of them, the actual artwork of the shapeshift forms themselves is what's a huge W with me. I love that approach. They want you to feel like you have just shapeshifted into a spiritual alternative being, right? And it's like it feels great. Like I do not want to be rolling up against some freaking tree hugger that has the same size as my 600, like 1 ton pound bear. It just doesn't feel right. But now I'm literally 5 times the size of this thing. And when you we all saw the quick little snippet when the bear stood up on its hind legs. Dude, do you not remember that quick little clip? The bear was absolutely massive. Like, that's what we're looking for. That's what the people want. And that's what they're giving to the people. Let's go, GGG. Big W in my part. That's it for me. Okay, moving on. Reaper Barricade, what do you think?
Artwork from Barricade on these.
Yeah,
if he does. Yeah. If he does. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, just because I'm not a big fan of the druid doesn't mean I can't appreciate good stuff. And like they killed it. I remember watching it going like, holy shit, this is exciting. I want to play this. And so for somebody who wasn't really aspiring to play it, like I'm thinking I'm gonna, but we'll see. Like it depends on the data points. from the fantasy point that you're talking about, taking that lunar impact, I think it's a great call. I think that the plant approach is also great. The nature thing, they've done a great job. Like I have nothing but accolade to say for this art team and in the time it took to get it here. I'm glad they took that time because it looks like it was well spent. Yeah, the Druid looks like an awesome class. Glad it's in the game. I can't wait to get my hands on it, but I guess I have to. And we'll see what the data suggests. That's all I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I'm gonna play a monk with the talisman.
Yeah, you good. You totally good.
Spooker, good stuff, buddy.
Do it. Be amazing. Okay.
We
So
got
do you guys want to
Palpatine
field questions now, or what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, I would love to hear some.
Yeah, good. I'll give you guys like a couple minutes. Feel free to type it at Barricade or at Spooker at Reaper's not live. H-Berg, go ahead and just fire some questions off. And if you guys have one from your community, let me know. Just hit me with it. And,
did you say your thoughts on Druid Reaper?
Did I? Oh
yeah, I did.
He's playing a monk. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's your thoughts. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. His thoughts on the Druid is his thought on the Druid is that he can't wait to play monk. Yeah.
Yep.
But he's gonna play a Wyvern monk.
Yep. There you go. Oh, the wife's Druid hunt. Yeah. What's going on at the wife's Druid hunt? I guess we're all looking for the same lady. She's gonna be fantastic, I suppose. Yeah. Yep.
Like Blueberry Hill.
Now another question, like.
Thank you.
Are we getting some sort of like tail sweep ability where it's basically like a 360 sweep with the Wyvern too? I know we got the whole wing attack thing we saw that, right? But are we getting like a whirlwind type of tail sweep like that, right?
Did we ever do a huge flop and not talk about the unique they exposed, changing the actual model for the Druid? What a fucking whiff that was.
Oh yeah, the Balrog thing. Holy
We're all
shit,
talking about 3 forms. There's going to be more. We didn't even discuss that. The flame fissure arcs and stuff. That's exciting. Like that's some cool shit.
Yep.
Like that got me going like, wow, did they ever go to? We didn't even think about it.
We get stuck on the damn, you fall down the rabbit tunnel, and sometimes you just keep going on the tangents. And I thought about that. The rabbit hole gets deep. One of the conversations, I was like, that unique is something we should really talk about. And there it went.
And then even thing too with spell totems. Like they said that these totems can be placed and cast any spell in the game.
That's tied to an ascendancy,
they also trigger each other. It's like, oh my goodness, man!
It took us an hour to get out of it. Okay, we get meta gems for shouts, which is fucking sick on the bear. So is there any kind of way we could link that up with Trample Toe to just wipe screens immediately on the bear? Yes. Yeah, probably. Like
probably even Seismic Cry.
Right? Yeah. Shaman affecting rage.
Echoes.
Rage affects spells. Like what? That's insane. This is all great stuff. Didn't we talk about that? Yeah. I think so. So I got one from Cam of House Coats here in chat. He says, do you think that they're going to make more uniques to change the other forms of Druid? Yeah, we've already seen one. I would imagine so. What do you guys think?
We might already have more than one, to be honest. Like, we might have more than one already. We don't know.
How many they said they're dropping? Like, easy.
But let's see some cool let's see some cool theories as well, like from some of our viewers, because we got the Balrog from the bear. It's a 4-legged beast, right? And so for like the werewolf, what's something similar that we like? So even for the werewolf, what is something similar that we could bring in? Even for the wyvern, what other type of flying things do we have in here besides those weird decaying dodos? I don't think any of us want to be some weird dodo bird walking around. But like for a wyvern, like then you ask yourself, like, what is even cooler than the dragon, right? Like that's what's so exciting, because like how far are they gonna push these boundaries? Like what? Like, how can they get cooler than a freaking dragon, right? Like, imagine what they do with that.
It was interesting that they have a gem that drains your life to make you move faster. I'd be interested to see a unique that drains your life to give you a corrupted druidic form that embraces the chaos, so you could be like a Geonor wolf or like a Geonor chimera, like a corrupted chimera. It'd be kind of interesting,
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, like if you do embody the form of a mini chimera, which is the only like actual like epic flying form of a monster I can think of, it would be interesting if so the witch you turn into that demon arch thing, right? So imagine the wyvern actually turns into something that's more demonic corrupted, where you are like some massive vampire bat or something there, right?
That'd be cool.
But for the werewolf, like the Geonor, like the double-headed wolf that it's got going on there, right?
Yeah.
Sick
now,
idea.
This is a bit of like a left curveball here, left field. But do you guys? We haven't seen patch notes yet. They come out before this podcast airs. I think Adelui's Bloodletting and Tech Rods is toast. Do you guys agree?
Excuse. My apologies.
I think
I'm
it's-
sorry. Am I keeping you up?
I'll have to. Let me actually hold on. Let me.
Adelui's Tech Rods is going to be nerfed or no?
Give me the description for these two again, actually, real quick, if you don't mind.
Adelui's Bloodletting is the lineage support gem that increases damage, physical damage to a skill based off the amount of life that you spend, right? So Tech Rod would make your spells cost a ton, which would subsequently take it was like 200,000+ damage or more to your skill. What are your thoughts? Do you think that's going to stick around? Because if go ahead, what are your thoughts? I don't think so. I think it's going to get waxed. I think it's out.
Was that one of your main structures there for your blood mage?
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah, it was.
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. Not being too familiar with it. I can't look too deep.
Fair enough.
I can't see it. Yeah.
Reaper,
I'll take your word for it though.
I'm good either way on that, honestly, because it doesn't bother me.
Interesting. Spooker, what do you think?
I don't think that it's done gonzo, but it is possible. But I think that maybe it got adjusted because they did say they adjusted 21 and we have 9 new ones. So 21 being adjusted out of how many? There was like 50, I think. So almost half of them being adjusted. It probably got hit in some manner or another.
I hope it does.
It's probably not nerfed to the ground. They probably just either reduce something or increase something. But I think they're probably going to say you do X amount of damage increase per X amount of life being spent from said skill. Right, like 20, like
that's
maybe
what it says already, right?
5%, yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it
No,
works.
I'm saying they're either going. Yeah, they would just reduce it.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah.
Because there's new items they show that would increase the damage even more. If like you just take another step, right? But you can still do it, which would be kind of crazy. I thought that was interesting. Again, this is like a pre-patch note kind of comment. I hope that Rarity gets a really stern look, and I want to see what they do with that. Because to your question earlier about what's going to be the farming method, like imagine if everything they've done, all these really cool temple runs, stuff like that. Imagine if that is not worth doing because it makes more sense for your character to have negative rarity, and that's how you get big value because you farm up exceptional bases. Wouldn't that be diminishing for the whole the actual spirit of this thing?
Yeah.
I hope that they do something with that, and I'm not sure what that would be, but please do something there. Do you guys feel the same way or no?
No, I see it. I'm on board with that. I feel it.
I feel like rarity, exceptional bases should be put on the rarity scale that it's not actually a white anymore. That way rarity would help increase the odds of finding those rather than negative rarity increasing the odds to find those, because it should be a more rare item. So the rarity of an exceptional base, I feel, should probably be put at least above magic, if not above rare, as far as like the rarity aspect of it. That's my personal feel on it, and I think that would help fix the whole negative rarity is the way to go for farming for them.
I can get behind that too. I can, but there's also like even in the when the league was booming last time, there was a lot of people in the community saying that they're really struggling to still use really good gear and actually have rarity on their gear. And to actually have some decent rarity for running their maps, and if they do change to their rarity gear, then they just die too easy. They're doing dog shit damage, and they can't do actually high tier maps and stuff. So there are like a bunch of people where we're finding it kind of hard to actually get the good combination of both. To the point where they're actually mentioning that I am actually dropping a lot of exceptional bases. So I'm selling these things for multi-div at a time, and doesn't here, doesn't there. That's how I'm making most of my currency, just by selling exceptional gear, because I can't seem to get anything good rarity. I can't seem to be getting the good omens right that ramp the rarity. My waystones are rolling like shit, etc., etc. So I'm with you in terms of that increasing rarity should affect exceptional bases, because again they are rare, but it may not be a justified comparison to use, but if you think back, and even in Diablo 2, I mean, finding a superior base that, those superior F threshers and stuff, you dropped magic fund. You went to cows, you went to density, you dropped all your MF.
It's the same.
Similar concept, but yeah. So I do agree with both sides still.
Got it. Okay. Any questions on your guys' side?
No, we answered. There was a couple earlier, but we answered them already.
Okay.
They were kind of tied into what we were already. Yeah.
Then that's it for me. That's it for here. I'm good to go. I'll wrap this sucker up, put a bow tie on it, send this sucker out to the YouTube crew, and then
do you want any more meat? Do you want any more meat or potatoes to take to go with you? Or
every day of my life, of my life, man. As much as I can get, to fuel the furnace. Yeah. I want to say thanks to you guys for being present today and doing this with me, guys, and anybody who listened in, watched in live. Thank you for your questions, and I'm good to go. I'm just waiting for the 12th, like you guys. So feel free to sign off.
Likewise. Holy smokes. Well, actually, you know what? Can I just really quickly, from all chats, just fire off some numbers? So on a scale of 1 to 10, you can combine this number into both these questions. On a scale of numbers 1 to 10, how happy were you with the announcements that they showed today, right? Everything that they showed today, and how excited are you for the 12th? Right? 10 being, of course, absolutely fucking ramping excited, and 1 being, I could pass. Right? I'm getting a 77 here so far. That's a great answer. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm like an 8.6. It looks pretty cool. I really hope the new mechanic's fantastic. I would have
1,000. All right, good answer.
Yeah, I go higher than that, but I can't. Just the way it is so far. I need more data points. So, yep. 8.6. Looking forward to it.
8.6. Fair.
I'm at an 8.8. I want to see the patch notes.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
Good for you.
For the reason being patch notes, right? Like, if we just take a visual and performing standpoint of what we saw, scale from 1 to 10, I would probably say 9.3, just because of the possibilities that we can have. Now, that's throwing out any kind of patch notes, adjustments, damage numbers, all that stuff. Like, that would obviously fine tune. But from a visual and display point, what they showed, definitely a high 9.3. Just because I'm a big Druid fan. I have been in all aspects of all games. If there's a Druid in the game, it's a very strong fight for my first character to play with an archer. Archer's always been my number one because of the stealth style things. So
yeah, I'm locking it in for a solid fucking 10.0 across the board. I have a 10.0 across the board easy. I would if I were to be truly honest, I would still have to probably give it to a 9 or 9.5 because there could be patch notes, right? There could be some of our absolute favorite skills or some things here, some changes that are just like, right? What did you do? We loved using this. We loved doing that. I kind of wanted to use this as a bear. I wanted to use this as a yada yada yada. It's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'll lock it in at an honest 9.5 right now, and then hopefully the patch notes will just keep my spiritual 10.0 rating alive.
I'm very eager to hear on the next podcast what your rating is after today, just to see how that lives through.
I'm eager for your reaction.
I'm an 8.6. I hope it's not a 6.8, or I'm not gonna say the other number, but that'd be great. You know what I mean? That'd be fantastic. So that's it. I think Spooker, are you gonna send us off? Send us off for the night?
Yeah, but I got one more question. So,
the sleeper question.
Yes, the sleeper question. It's that thing that we all think about from the day of any type of reveal, right? We are highly anticipating December 12th to come in, right? That's the day, that's the date, that's what we're ready for, that's what we're waiting for, that's the big day. My question to each of you is, what are you going to be enjoying between now and then? Are you going to dive into some PoE 2 to kind of get refresher courses? Are you going to be playing a different game just to keep your mind off of PoE 2?
Arc Raiders!
Let me know.
Arc Raiders!
Why don't you go first and tell us you're going to do their El Capitan question?
There's no question. I don't feel right playing PoE 2 without the Druid in the game, so I'm going to be going topside to either steal some loot or earn some loot from other raiders.
I'll go next. So I will be playing some Path of Exile 2. I need to de-rust from the transition from 1 to 2. I think it helps community members trying to find people to help them learn the game too. So I'm willing to set aside topside to go horizontal to help other people. I think we all win that way. So both games aren't going anywhere, and it doesn't hurt to brush up the the paintbrush and start painting again. So that's what I'll do. Bit of both of Path of Exile 1, 2, and then yeah, all Druid maybe all day. We'll see.
I'm going to get back in and just try to shake off the cobwebs that I have plenty of now.
Good.
Get into the groove.
Get in the groove. Learn
Yeah,
that.
no, I think. Yeah, it's good, man. All the approaches are good here. It's definitely good to brush the dust off your shoulders there, dust off the cobwebs, and just get back into the whole league reset practice. And just remember the pathing, what to skip. And we all know that if you are playing a familiar class, even better, practice with it. If you're playing the new Druid class, then it just comes down to your structure and pathing. And I mean, for a player like myself, whenever a new class drops and the new skill gems, I do like to check them out. If I drop a couple extras to cut, I will switch it in here quick. Just try it out on a couple monster packs. If it feels like shit, boom, switch it out. Go back to the other thing. But I definitely end up still ramping up X amount of extra hours on my my end game. Upon reaching the end game, that whole time definitely ramps up some extra hours because I like to check out all the new stuff too. But yeah, it's always good. And for those who are kind of on the fence, like I remember exactly what to do. I can get to the end game, no problem. If you are planning on playing the new class, then just maybe simulate by doing a league reset practice by playing a class you don't normally play, and kind of just see how it feels.
And the answer to the question?
Yeah. You didn't answer the question. You said we had great strategies. We know we have great strategies. What's your answer?
Oh, apologies. Yeah. So for myself, I will. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be probably taking at least a day, sometime next week. Yeah, at least a day. I did want to try to get in some Arc Raiders with you, Barricade, and Spooker, and some other great members from the community. At least for maybe some of the days before we lock into the next league. And I actually just recently picked up Dead Space Remake, which is an all-time childhood favorite of mine. Like Dead Space, one of my favorite games of all time. Awesome. I ended up getting the remastered there for 85% off. It was $11, so I really just could not pass it up. And we're actually streaming a little bit of that today, so I think I'll probably tackle maybe one more day of that, and I'll be able to revisit it in the future, of course. And yeah, so that maybe another day of that. Then we get some Arc Raiders and go into some league reset practice. Yep,
cool.
Polished, just get polished.
Nice. Yep. Okay. That was an awesome question. I loved all the answers. You guys are all great individuals. I love sharing this time together, talking about our like-minded opinions or disagreements of opinions here on this podcast. One more thing to throw towards everyone listening today or tomorrow, depending upon when this podcast is actually done being put out. Path of Exile 2, The Last of the Druids, launches on December 12th. It will be free to play for everyone. So those of you thinking about wanting to get into it, or it's hit or miss, you're not sure about it yet, you will have the opportunity to try it for free without spending a dime on December 12th for that weekend. So keep that in mind. With that being said, thank you, gentlemen, for showing up and doing another excellent podcast of Echoes in Exile. And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace out. Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah. Good stuff, dude.
My pleasure, buddy.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much, man. I'm going to head back over here to the lab. And you know what? I think that's great. I think this whole live, candid camera, raw, uncut podcast sessions here, this felt great. Thank you, everybody, for coming out on Spookers End, Reapers End, Barricades End. Thank you guys for all your input, your questions, and most of all, your company and your time, right? Most important thing on earth is time. So thank you so much, everybody. And I'll see you next time. All right. Cheers, guys.
All right.
Adios. See you. Bye, dudes.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good one, Reaper.
You
and
too.
We'll see you next time.
Yep.
All right. What an excellent podcast. Okay. With that being said, we're going to send you guys over to... I got to work on the podcast, get it all set up. Yeah, Deadly Feet. It was freaking awesome. I'm stoked. I am like, wow. It was crazy good. I'm shocked with how well they did. I appreciate it, Nico. I appreciate it. I mean, I had to set it up. You know, that's the podcast. So, I try to make it look nice. I try. I offered the other dudes D4's in trouble. I'm honestly shocked that D4 decided to drop the day before PoE 2 launch. D4 is in trouble. I'm good. I'm great, actually. I'm great. It's always a pleasure to do the podcast with the boys. I loved Diablo 4. I just the gameplay loop has been the same. It's a great game. I love it. But when every new season is insert powers here and insert reputation grind here, I just feel like it's a little boring. It's not ever the same. Oh, I understand. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. So to continue on in the PoE 2 waiting room, we can do two. we can do one of two things. Number one, I have to work on the podcast. I wanted to get it out today. And that's going to take me at least an hour or two. I have to go edit a couple things out. When I adjusted the volume of Reaper, when I started the recording and stopped the recording, edit the ends and ends. And then other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. That way I can get it out on the podcast sites and get it up on the YouTube. Oh, no. Well, here's the thing, though, Realism, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. Diablo 4 is succeeding extremely well. The difference between Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 1 or 2 is the casual players are going to go to D4. It doesn't matter. Now, if PoE 2 can make the casual gamers move over to PoE 2, then D4 is going to be in trouble, and that might be a possibility. But as of right now, D4 is built so well for the casual dad gamer that has a few hours a week. Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of people have different influences from different places, right? So overall, Diablo 4's player base is still vastly larger than PoE 1 and 2 combined. It's just how it is because they've built such a generational impact on the visibility of it. But yeah, Deadly Feet, I completely agree. PoE is more fun. It's a better game. I agree. 100% the better game. But unfortunately, some people just like that gameplay loop that D4 has to offer. And as far as the statistics show, D4 is a more successful game. I mean, it's just what it is. But that's the thing. That's the wonderful thing about video games, right? I do agree with that, Realism. I do agree. The longevity of Unsweet Tea. The longevity of PoE 2 will be better for the sheer fact that they bring something new and interesting every league, rather than Diablo 4 bringing the same thing. But that's a good. It was a good stream. We will definitely be playing some Path of Exile 2. At least, probably next week, closer to the launch date. Because I find it so hard once I get hyped up for a expansion today. Absolutely, realism. Absolutely. I feel it's very difficult when I'm hyped up for new content in a game to want to really play that game. Hey, hell yeah, Nico. Hell yeah. I do want to get this podcast up though. So nice. Hell yeah, Nico. Hey, Gurney, what's up? But realism, isn't that shit is just so fun though, because like every situation is different. Like you can do this. That's the cool thing about Arc Raiders. You can do the exact same thing 10 times in a row and you're going to have 10 different outcomes. Hell, you can do it 100 different times and have 100 different. He was fucking dead. He wasn't even down. He was dead. How the fuck do you blame souls? Oh shit. That's too funny. Okay, anyways, we will definitely be playing some Arc Raiders tonight. I can definitely enjoy a ton more of Arc Raiders. If any of you have been considering Arc Raiders, it is worth the cost, 100%. But with that being said, we're going to raid out to one of my other good dear friends and fellow Path of Exile 2. Streamers, Mr. Dorth microtransaction. So I can get to editing the podcast so that for those people that weren't able to be here with us live, we will have the podcast ready and out this evening, hopefully in the next 2 hours. That way everybody can enjoy the content and have be able to see and hear what we have to think about it. And that's what I do it for, man. I love spending the time with you guys and engaging with you guys, talking about how we feel, what we feel, and all that stuff with the new content. I'm overall, like I said, 9.3 out of 10 on the scale for how good this reveal was for the patch. We get patch notes in a half hour, so I will definitely be reading into those and working on the edits for the podcast. As always, I appreciate you all for hanging out, watching the podcast, watching the reveal. If nobody's told you today that they love you, I just did, because I love you guys. And I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day. And if anybody's in the Discord and wants to hang out this evening after I'm done editing, we'll be diving in. I'll be sharing my screen in Discord if you want to hang out. playing some Arc Raiders. So until then, I will catch you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.